Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us at St. Clair College. We have an Aegis Championship League of Legends match with the St. Clair Saints varsity team versus Chaos Surge Sports. It's going to be one hell of a match. It is quite chilly outside today, but as I always like to say, our team is here to generate some heat for us to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's going to be an exciting match indeed. I am Daniil, as also known as Betterson McGee on the internet streets, joined by Matthias, also known as Matthias. Quite the clever name, if you ask me.
Thank you very much.
Now, Matthias, tell me, how are you feeling about this upcoming game?
I think, just based on the record, I am also biased. I think the Saints will win here. Everyone loves Akashi. Shout out to Akashi. I know the chat loves
You're
Akashi.
immediately pandering. I love
Gotta pander. But he's cracked, and the whole team's cracked. Not just to point out one person, but
to even make it into this league, though, every competitor is top notch. So not to take anything away from their opponents today, it's going to be one hell of a match. We were looking at some of their stats just a second ago.
Yeah, looks like we're probably gonna see Yasuo mid. I saw the mid plays a lot of Yasuo. The support has played actually a couple games of the newest.
Exactly.
Too.
That was a very interesting point. So we might actually see that. I think it is legal, right? In the earlier games we saw.
It should be.
I think it is
Unless
legal.
there's some rule in this specific league.
Maybe.
Most leagues would make it legal.
Yeah, and I am not that smart to know whether or not that rule has been implemented in this league. So we will have to see.
And they might not even play him. It wasn't their most played character. I think it was Rakan. So
I think it was like
Zaya Rakan.
They played the new champion 12 times.
12 times, which is pretty.
Which is 12 times more than I played it.
Yeah. Me too.
What I was most impressed by, though, was the 103 recent Vi games, and then for the jungler, and then Vi
one can game
was 103 games played, and then the next champion I think was Jarvan with 23. So if Vi is not picked or banned, I'm going to be incredibly surprised. But solo queue games are one thing. League matches, season games, those are something completely different. So they might be ready to change things up a little bit, and we might have to just see what the draft has in store when we get to take a look at that.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Milio can do a lot of cool things. And I'm really excited to see Zaya and Rakan. I haven't seen that played in a tournament. They have a lot of cool, unique stuff that goes on when they play together. They have like a duo recall together. So how recalls work, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
So you just recall, but
you're not that bad at
the game. Okay. But someone can be recalling, and then you can hop in on it at the last second, so you can get a few hits in, retreat into the bush, zip back to base. It's great.
Again, stuff like that just makes me appreciate the fact that I can play video games, because it's just, how do you even come up with that?
It's cute.
Cool.
It's cute.
I like stuff like that. I know you have a little bit of a personal history with those champions, so
just a little. I mostly play
biased.
Viego and Kane, so I'm biased towards the jungle.
Yeah, jungle.
So I love those lurkers. I love the lurking. Love the
lurking's pretty fun.
Edgy champs in the shadows. But
I think we'll take a look at the draft relatively soon. But until then, we might. Oh yeah,
we're gonna go right into.
We're gonna go right into the draft. I was getting ready to.
It wasn't that far away. I was like, I could talk more.
Yeah, I could talk, but you know what? I don't want to bore everybody to death.
Surge is looking to ban Tristana.
Okay, again, that's not surprising at all. Rock Boom is a huge Tristana proponent. And, they want to make sure that they don't have to deal with that little Yordle jumping around, instantly deleting any of their more vulnerable.
She can be very tough, but you got the call right. St. Clair going to ban Vi, which is a huge blow to the jungler. It seems like a little bit of a one-trick just based on the games that we've played, but they did play a few games of Kayn and Jarv, so
we might be able to see some of that. It's not impossible. They are banning out the Olaf for Ricky. Quite the impressive game from him the other week. It was quite the sight to behold. Actually, that was Darius he got the rampage on, or the what's it called? Pentakill? A pentakill.
Yeah, pentakill.
It's been a while since I played League, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, and
the Jax.
Yes, the Jax.
They are probably watching these. Definitely picking their most played champs.
Like I said, solo queue games, ranked games are one thing. Season games are different, but it might not actually be.
You're probably going to play the one
right?
that you play the most in solo queue.
103 recent games on Vi is not going to be for nothing. So they are going to ban that out. They're going to ban the Jax as well.
Caitlyn's really good and really tough to play against. So that's a good solid ban. And Zeri going to be another ban from Chaos Surge there.
Yeah, it's just going to be some more standard bans after following out some of the more targeted ones. Zeri and Caitlyn, probably some of the most banned champions we've been seeing recently. First pickup is going to be the Thresh, the support player.
I love Thresh.
I love Thresh as well. Support player on Chaotic Surge was not so pigeonholed into like one singular champion. A lot more
Yeah, a
diverse
lot
pool.
more different. I think Thresh was their number
Third,
one
yeah,
pick, so they definitely got that locked in, which is
Thresh
great.
was
And
one
we're
of
going
the
to see the
picks.
Jinx pick from St. Clair. Another great pick right now. Jinx is so good right now.
And that pick from the Saints actually counts as like a little bit of a denial as well. I've learned recently, Thresh and Jinx are a huge classic
Good pair.
combo, really good pair for the bottom lane. So not only are you securing that pick for yourself, you're denying it from the enemy team. Gragas is going to be the follow-up. This actually could be jungle or top.
I
We've
think
seen
it's
it
top.
flex.
I think it's top.
Yep, it could be Ricky's. We'll just have to wait and see in the meantime. But again, Gragas, just one of those champions that
It's
no
always
matter
fun.
what you do, you got something there. And of course,
Oh,
it's
and
always fun.
Aphelios from
There we
Chaotic
go.
Surge. That's a good champ. I love that champ. Aphelios is so fun. He can switch. He only has Q and E, I'm pretty sure, and R, but he mainly just switches between a couple different two weapons. But there's 6 weapon total. He's a crazy champ, really complex, but he's a lot of fun. And the Jarv pick from Chaotic
I,
Surge.
I feel like things are a lot simpler than you make them out to be sometimes. Like the guy plays 103 games on Vi, 23 on Jarvan. Vi is gone, pick
Yep.
Jarvan.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. No real surprises there. And there we see it.
There's the Milio.
There's the
From
Milios.
Saints, though. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's
I've heard he's pretty strong right now. If you can land his abilities, he has a lot of stuns.
I
That's,
actually don't know what that champion does. So is this gonna be a mid, top?
Oh, support. It's a support. champ.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I probably could have guessed just by looking, honestly.
He's got these cute little fire sprites that do a lot of
Okay.
cool little cute things. He's such a cute champ, Gotta love Milio.
You can never have too many cute things in the world, and that's why they're gonna ban Victor, notoriously
Victor,
not
yeah.
cute. Get him out of here.
Well, he's cute in Arcane. You gotta be real.
I didn't watch that. So.
What? You haven't seen Arcane?
No, I haven't, dude.
Oh
look,
my God, Arcane
look
is
at my
so
shirt.
good.
Look how I'm dressed. Do you think I watched Arcane? No.
Well,
Not
I'm
yet. I
dressed,
do plan
so,
on watching it. Is
And-
burgundy a popular color in that series?
Yeah, he's a really strong mid pick.
Especially with Akashi playing him.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen what he can do with Victor. He can do a lot, I assure you. So you do not want to have to deal with
Looks
that.
like we got 2 more bands there from
Yep.
Saints.
I forgot her
Camille?
name. Camille. Yeah, I remember when she came out though. Very cool. Love bouncing off the walls. The little cage she makes.
Got the sword feet. I'm pretty sure.
It's very excellent. A very versatile champion that they don't want to have to deal with. LeBlanc, again, another very popular
'Cause-
popular pick for Akashi.
Mid, yep.
Saints also rounding off their final bands with the Cassante. A brutal top laner. He's very good at skirmishing. They don't want to have to
he
deal with
is
that
a
pressure.
total bruiser. He is really strong. Jin Zhao from St.
wow.
Clair. I think that's the jungler.
I forgot that that champion existed.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's like, if I have to play neither of the ones that I main, he's like right up with my picks. He's a lot of fun.
For me, that's the Shyvana.
Yeah, sure.
That's like a super
That's
rare combo
an
pick.
Ornn pick from Chaotic Surge. Don't
That's-
see a lot of Ornn.
That's going to be their top, probably?
I think, yeah, top or
Okay,
mid.
and then we got the Oriana as their mid pick,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
likely. Last pick coming up for the Saints here, looking to round things out for their mid laner. They get the counter pick, and they get the pick for Syndra.
Syndra.
Comfort pick for Akashi. We've seen him play her quite a bit in these recent games. That is going to be the last pick to finish off the draft. Just looking at things here, what do you think the strengths and weaknesses are? How do you think they're going to want to try playing these games on each team?
I saw the Saints have a little bit of trouble with Jarvan 4. Like, the last time I watched them play, I was observing, so I wasn't here in the casting
Well done.
booth. But I think they probably studied up on that, so I'm really curious to see what they do with Milio. I feel like that could be the decider here. So sounds like we're going to be going into game very soon.
It does sound so.
But I'm really curious to see this intro.
Oh, they're sprinting down the
they're
lanes.
down bot lane, too.
They can't wait to get the action underway, and neither can I as we get into the Aegis Champions League. Chaotic Surge versus St. Clair College. Chaotic Surge grouping together, sticking as a 1-5-man unit in the bottom lane. The Saints might actually be caught off guard quite a bit by this. Rock Boom alone. The Jinx running through the river. Flash forward!
They got
He
the
gets
hook.
the hook. They throw it all on the line, and it is worthwhile only for about 2 seconds before more flashes are spent, and they disengage with alacrity. Akashi is there in the mid lane, trying to get settled into a little bit. Jungler is going to be making his way top side for the leash. Orianna, again, settling into the middle lane. Bottom side, we have Thresh, actually recalled, making his way back as well.
Yeah, that was a big hook there. That could have been very, very, very bad. So we'll see how they deal with that later in the
Stuff like that.
game,
Reeve is such a utility-based spell on Thresh, and you kind of underappreciate it sometimes. But
so
in,
solid.
you would have actually gotten that kill if he had Reeve there. Obviously, it's level 1. He's not going to
Yeah,
have
you
it.
can't
but
have it. Yeah.
It makes you appreciate the nuances a little bit of power spikes on champions in this game. So we got the junglers mirroring their starts. We got Xin Zhao on the top side, as long as the Jarvan is there
Those
too.
Syndra orbs are so tricky. You get recalled, you get caught in the wrong line of sight there. Like, look at that. He walked into the ball, got hit a little bit.
That's just not pleasant to deal with.
So you have to keep track of so much stuff when you're playing against Syndra.
That really is the only way you can put it. That's just unpleasant. And speaking of unpleasant, you have the brutality going on in the top side with the brutal exchanges they're throwing out at each other. Bottom lane is going to be slightly more aggressive, but not a lot of exchanged blows are going to be going through.
Ornn going for a couple hits there. But, gonna recall, get the last hits on the minion. Wow, he's got good minion control here, but looks like he's gonna push the wave up.
Ricky's just going to have to keep healing himself out here. Bottom side, he's going to take out the red buff, going to get that sweet, sweet regen. But Xin Zhao actually looks like he wants to make a play mid. If Yusuf gets a little too aggressive, that does not
Just
connect.
missed the spear there.
Yeah, that is not going to stop him from being aggressive. Maddie pressing forward, does a little bit of what he can do, and steps off, just giving him a
big
taste
charge
of
from
power.
Ornn there.
Yeah, sends him into the air. It's not going to be too much follow-up, but
dump
bottom
off.
side, Rockboom looks like they're actually committing for this. Rockboom trying to get the first blood, but no. Thanks to the Jarvan 4's presence in the bottom lane, that's actually going to go to Chaotic Surge.
Yeah, that was a big pick for the Jarvan there. You usually want to feed your ADC, but I think the ADC was ranked Diamond in the thing, so you probably want your jungle to be more buffed up here.
Yeah.
So you can protect that ADC a little bit better here. But Ricky having a big brawl out here against this Ornn.
He's getting pretty low.
They're both getting pretty low, though.
This is a test of confidence. If you think you can handle me, come at me, dude. They're both looking like they're just going to back off a little bit, though. They don't want to get too risky. Don't want to take any unnecessary
Both really low on
risks,
mana, too, so
not too much you can
really
do
risky
there.
fight.
But they're not backing off just quite yet. Not a lot of action going bottom side, so why not see what these big, hefty gentlemen want to do to each other up here? Ricky's, every second that goes by, he's healing a little bit. So
He is playing near the tower, though. He's playing pretty safe here. Probably just waiting for the Ornn to make a big push there. But the Thresh there, going to get rid of those wards, deny that vision as much as he can. And just try and get a hook or
try to do something.
Jungle, going to get the crab. Got good vision there.
They might be crossing into each other there, but they opt not to go for any engagement. Top side seems to be wanting a play made. Jin Zhao is actually going to make his way up as well as the Syndra. Oh, no, just popping the vision plant there. Ricky is going to start the engagement, charges in. Maddie is here to follow up, dashes in, starts laying on the paint, flashes forward, and gets up the kill. Cleans it up. That's going to be Saint's first kill on the board.
Yeah, Jin Zhao has so much, poke with his spear.
Yeah, I mean,
you kind of
he's got a
unsuspected
spear.
because he's a melee champ, but he's got so much vertical poke with that move, man.
Yeah, so he's got, again, who would have guessed that a spear has long-range poke, right?
Yeah, but sometimes you forget because you're like, oh, melee.
Yeah.
How far can he go? But
And yeah, they're utilizing all of his strengths to their advantage here. They go for the early plays. So far, Xin Zhao's made 2 plays on the map. 1 not so successful, 1 leading to a kill.
that was pretty successful.
Jarvan's only really showed his face once, but that one time it did result as a kill. So far, both kills coming off of the backs of the junglers. This might be a theme we see through the rest.
Game?
Yeah, might actually be the case here. Maddie's going to have his chance to shine, and we're going to see that Dumpa might want to make a statement with his play as well. You mentioned the ranks a little bit earlier. I believe the lowest rank player is their Diamond ADC, and Diamond is quite a rank that people will spend years trying to accomplish just to show the...
Oh, yeah, it's a good rank. Everyone's so high caliber
exactly.
in this game.
The caliber of players we have in this league, caliber of people in this competition.
Ornn Horn
Oh, no.
But he just missed that. Oh,
Jeez. I've
so close.
again, this champion is past my time. Orn, what did I just see there?
So I think he can blow a horn and conjure a big, ram thing to ram you. But oh
looks
my
like
God,
Ricky's going to be doing the ramming, actually.
in a big
Oh, he can't
fight here.
fault? Okay.
Oh,
He
that was
managed-
that was very dicey there.
I really thought, because Ricky, name of the game, as I was talking with Jobin on the previous league broadcast, his biggest thing is surprising you. He will be like 3 HP, and you're going to go in for the kill. Next thing you know, you're dead.
Yeah.
He's really good at doing that, so I thought it was going to be another Ricky moment, but he was able to push him off and secure some more CS for himself.
Those are the scariest players, ones who can just turn the tables in their favor every
Yeah.
time when you don't suspect it.
It's like a DJ the way he turns these tables. It's just really impressive how he gets it done. Rockboom's diligently going to be doing his
Still
CS
going.
thing.
He's playing very aggressive for the amount of health that he has. He knows he can win this fight, maybe. But Sprog, not going to worry about it. He's so low here. Sprog just needs a few more autos, a few more abilities, but... Oh, and just like that, he got chunked, but Sprog going to get the kill there.
One thing I do want to point out is actually, despite dying in the bottom lane, Rocco still has more CS than his opponent, Verticality. So he is doing his work farming, but they're not going to, no matter how much CS you have, they're going to be able to get the Dragon. Fire Dragon at that. It's going to help make them a little bit better on the aggressive side of things. I believe that Dragon just increases your
DPS,
damage.
yep,
Yeah.
damage,
Okay.
yep.
I remember when they introduced the elemental dragons. I was, I know that they changed them so much since then, so I don't know what any of them do anymore. But Maddie,
dragon.
he
Oh,
definitely wants to
big
get that
dive.
kill. They get it so close, but they're not going to be able to close it out. Dumpa is going to be the next one to fall potentially, but casting his flash, he's going to secure his life in the bag. Bottom side, a small engagement goes through without a hitch for either side, only costing them some HP and a little bit of their egos. Oh, but
Akashi might be able to get the pick, but I don't think
not
he does.
quite. He does stun him up and take him to just almost
Ricky,
nothing
on the
HP.
attack here, trying to push this tower.
There's like a synchronicity going on across the map. Like the Saints are
whole
just like
team's making a big
aggression,
push.
aggression, and that actually calls back to the interview we did with Akashi and Ricky. We kind of asked them about that, how they play and how they communicate some of these timings a little bit more, and they do kind of comment on that. That was one of their weaknesses, but they're working on it more to try to be a little bit more coordinated across the map and try to make things a little bit more precise.
When you're coordinated, it puts so much pressure on the team, and Ricky being able to put a lot of pressure on that Ornn there. But,
And some of like the thoughts that might be going on behind some of these plays. If you're a jungler, right? Again, like we mentioned, both kills in the early game were set up by the jungler.
Yeah.
If you're a jungler and you want to make a play, if your top side is at 10% HP, if your mid is at 10% HP, if your bottom's at 10% HP, you can't do anything, right? And if anything, that's just more set up for the your enemy's jungler to start making plays. So you kind of have to bite your tongue and just go back to farming until everybody comes back to the lanes happy and healthy, and that just makes so much more space. So
or you just got to prioritize which lane needs the help the most. Which enemy is the lowest? Which do you think is the most advantageous kill you can get there?
It forces you to make some tough decisions when you put on so much pressure across the
really
map.
far up in that bush there. I think they're going to retreat.
I thought that connected, but
Yeah.
I guess not. Jarvan is going to make his way to the red buff. He is favoring the bottom side a little bit. I think he can smell that some aggressive plays are coming, and they're coming soon. Jin Zhao as well, taking the blue buff. Whether or not they're going to move on from here afterwards is going to be it's going to have to be seen. In the middle lane, Akashi is getting a little bit aggressive. Some pings coming out, both taking out the buffs at the same time. It seems that they're going to be both heading mid afterwards as well. Wrapping around, I think they're going to go for the bottom play. They smell him here. They smell Dumpa in the jungle, and they want to extinguish the flame. They're coming around the backside here.
Oh, huge push.
They're going to have to be a little bit careful here. That tower is nothing you want to mess with. The hook
Warding
is
that
down,
bush,
though. Hook is down. If they went for it at any time, it could be now, but they are going to
wait for them to push back.
And Maddie is spotted out by the Thresh as he enters that bush. Or not Thresh, Dumpa.
Biscetti's a little low,
Biscetti is
If they
a
just
value
do
target.
equal trades here, it could be not good for them.
Akashi made his presence
But
known. I
Akashi,
believe.
yeah, with Akashi there.
They see it.
Definitely
Yep.
clinches
Dumpa's
fight
just
up.
gonna start. Dumpa's gonna just start getting out.
He's recalling? Oh, no. It's
No, they actually want to fight this. Maddie chunking down the Thresh, throwing out
Oh,
some
Rift Herald,
aggression.
yeah.
They want this tower and they want
They're
it now.
going to get this tower here.
That's the first charge. It's gonna be healthily chunked down, in the backside, Biscetti is just doing what he can to keep everybody happy, healthy, and pushing still. Dumpa is going to be trying to release the aggression,
Maddie.
goes for it onto Maddie. He's not down, but he goes down thanks to the Cataclysm. They're going to exchange junglers on the bottom side, but they have Akashi. They have a one-man advantage, and that one-man advantage is going to be doing so much to do as much as he can. The flash helps him avoid a certain death, and he goes down, takes down Akashi for his trouble. Rock Boom almost goes down, flashes, and he almost actually flashed into the hook. Even with the one-man advantage, Chaotic Surge manages to hold the line. They committed 2 champions, they committed the Rift Herald, they committed ultimates, and they still couldn't get the tower thanks to that plating.
Yeah, they definitely caught on top there. You did chunk the tower a lot, but you weren't able to get that, weren't able to clear any objective there. And verticality, very aggressive there, but it could have worked out if you got the kill, but that was a big play by Chaotic Surge there.
The Saints,
Big play, big commit from the Saints.
Big commit from the Saints.
Did not pay off for them. But Maddie, gonna
better
try
late
and
than
clean up
never.
that kill.
Yep, Maddie takes out Tool Daru. Verticality might be next, but not without taking out Biscetti first. That's going to be a double kill for Maddie.
But only by 1 now. And we do have the tower chunk, so just like that, it's a lot more even, not counting towers.
They're only about like 100 gold, 1k gold between each other. Dumpa sees the Akashi, goes for the opportunity to take him down. 6-4 now. That's actually quite the hefty gold sway for just 1 kill in the early game. Whether or not it's going to make much of a difference is yet to be seen, but topside is doing what topside does, constantly just exchanging blows, but ultimately it's not going to matter too much since they all have their own ways of sustaining themselves somehow.
Yep, topside is just its own total game in particular until the jungler comes there. Ricky, gonna get the stun? Gonna get stunned right back. They almost look like the same champ with how they're just battering each other.
If they were the same color, like if Ricky's champ was not purple, I actually would not be able to tell them apart.
They got the same same walk, but it looks like just like that.
Second dragon.
Chaotic Surge is gonna get the Hex Tech Dragon there. I think that increases your speed.
And I think
attack speed.
Oh, it's the Cloud. Was that the Cloud Dragon they just killed? Or was I saw the Hex.
It was the Hex Dragon, but I think they got Cloud buff. No. I think per dragon you kill, it changes the field.
Okay.
But it doesn't always match up.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming.
We'll leave that to the science team to investigate for further, investigation.
Yeah, it changes the field in the middle there, so now the jungles are quicker to traverse.
Okay. That's quite convenient. Again, this has been
but
a
they did get the attack
game.
speed buff for the team.
They smell vulnerability on Rock Boom, goes through for the Cataclysm. Biscetti is not going to be able to keep him up. They're just going to take what they can get, turn their attention to the tower, but Ricky makes his presence known, teleports to it, and does not want them to get out of it for free, but they use that burst plant to get out scot-free.
And verticality, while we were just talking about him being diamond, he's doing very well in this game. Getting a lot of kills, making a lot of good plays. Only couple things I see is he's a little aggressive, but when that aggression pays off, is it really a problem?
Exactly. You can't call it over-aggression if it's working, right? So that aggression that's coming out from both sides at these very selective moments has yielded very different results, and we're going to have to see how that affects the mid-game as we start slowly creeping into it. Maddie's stealing the blue buff. Dumpa might not stand for it, though, but does he know Akashi's around the corner? They're starting their fight. They think it's a gentlemanly duel, but 3 more champions make their presence here. Maddie is healing up. That's actually going to be the first one down in this fight. Whether or not they're going to keep the presence up is yet to be seen. Verticality coming around the corner here. He might be able to burst on Maddie. Not quite, but actually Maddie commits for it, but the burst plant's going to separate the two. Now we have Tool Daru right in the center, dropping the box, trying to hook him down. Maddie does not want to go down without a fight, though, but that's exactly what's going to happen next. That's going to be both junglers down. Jinx is going to take out Verticality. Rock Boom takes another, but they exchange lives. Yusuf actually taking out Rock Boom as he took him down as well.
Ricky gonna take out Yusuf there.
Yeah, that's just
a chain of kills there, back and forth. And Akashi trying to push onto this tower here.
That was messy.
Sprug out from under there.
It's like as soon as I mentioned them going into the mid game, they wanted to make it very loud and proud. That's exactly what we're doing right now. They said mid game time, and they took a 5-man fight. I think that was 5-man, no?
Yeah, while they're even on gold here, Chaotic Surge is still up on kills by 2.
Securing up the Rift Herald. They might want to go for that next. The entire time the blue buff did not go down, funnily enough. That's what started it all. Just going to go down now thanks to Dumpa's efforts, making his way to the middle lane. Rockboom's going to try to get some CS while he still can. Verticality is going to do a little bit of congestion though, but they are going to be taking out the Rift Herald in the meantime. Maddie is going to try to see what he can get here. Just going to go for the safe farm.
Chickens, yeah.
Yep. And Akashi's going to make his way bottom side. Things have kind of reoriented around the map. Everybody's kind of settled into a new location as
like they got
Pirate
Rift
Exchange.
there.
Yep, that's going to be that down. They might
For
actually
chaotic
want to go
surge.
for it right away and take out the mid tower perhaps, open up some space on the map.
They could. You gotta wait for the right wave push there. But Maddie just gonna keep farming, but Akashi gonna just solo hammer down that bottom tower. But looks like Chaotic Surge caught Ricky in the jungle.
Oh my god!
But Ricky might be able to get out here, but Ornn, Ornn with the horn, gonna get him.
They committed a lot to that. They committed the Cataclysm, and I believe did Ricky flash there? He did flash to get out of it, and it looked like he was gonna get out scot-free.
They got Rift Herald there top as well.
Looks
like they're gonna try and take 2 towers here.
They want it very much.
With no one there to contest that, they're probably going to be able to get it.
Jeez. Things are
They
looking a
did
little
get
bit
bottom
dire.
turret, but in mid turret.
In the middle
I think
lane.
the Saints are up turrets if they can defend this last turret here. On top.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. They did get the middle turret. Top turret is still standing for Chaotic Surge, though. Bottom turret is still standing for the Saints. Seems like they kind of mirrored things, their map control, except for the fact that bottom tower still left. Yeah, perfect balance. I like that. But what's not perfectly balanced right now is Verticality and Rockboom. They're actually such huge threats at this point in the game, but they're not quite self-sufficient yet, still relying a lot on the team for the setup. You gotta nurture, you gotta care for your ADC before you can really send them out to the wolves. But the wolves might come for you before you're ready, as we see them setting up around the middle lane. Tool Daru.
Probably playing for Drag now.
Yeah,
Drake's going to be up in about 40 seconds. Maddie playing in that river.
The only one visible to them right now. They actually don't see the rest of the Saints are here, but they probably know it.
Now they might be able to see them now. They probably feel it. They know Dragon's coming up. Dragon is up.
This is going to be the first 5-man exchange. Akashi is going to start things early off against Sprug, just doing a little bit of chip damage. Get him out of here. Just give me a little bit of pepper spray. Not quite pepper spray, more like just spicy water.
Dumps is waiting near that blast plant. Probably going to go for the steal here.
He's
gonna
in.
Jump in.
Maddie is going to be there to protect it.
Oh,
they stole it!
And now they have 3 drags. Only going to call the horn off. What a huge team fight. And they get out.
Nobody's gone down yet. They took the dragon and walked.
Good steal.
That was really impressively executed. That takes a lot of trigger discipline. They had so many small gaps that I know if I was in that game, I would have pressed Ghost on Udyr, pressed E, and just ran in and started hitting people, and then started screaming like, "Where's my team? Where's my team?" But they waited, they knew their roles, and they got what they wanted and left.
Perfect play by Jar4 there. Just diving in at the perfect point. Good seal and able to get that horn. Stop the push, but Jarv not going to expect all the Saints to be in his jungle. So there's the pick for there.
One of the understated skills in this game is playing on the back foot. Saints just got one of their bigger objectives stolen, but instead of saying GG, throwing the towel, I guess, which would be a little bit premature at this point in the game, all they did was look for their next opportunity. And what they did is they rotated topside immediately, scouted out things out, get a kill, take a tower, boom. That's how you want to play things.
Getting in a fight with Verticality here, but the level diff gonna have to recall after just a few exchanges there. But Yusuf looking to get bot tower, even it up a little bit more.
On cleanup duty, just this tower should have been dead like 20 minutes ago. He's like, I'll clean it up. This game's been 19 minutes
there. And looks like they got another bot tower there. Or they successfully got the bot tower.
Yeah, another bot tower. There's just 2. This game, they just got 2. You know, just got 2 tier 1 bot towers. But Saints have done a pretty good job of effectively taking over the top jungle.
Yeah, while they're down kills and down objective, they are, or like drag objective, they are ever so slightly up on gold, strangely enough.
I'm gonna put that on the back of Akashi, who has a huge gap between him and the opponent mid laner, but not for long as they meet in the top side. The aggression is coming out. but Chaotic Surge does not want to commit. They immediately recognize the threat and disengage as soon as it rears its ugly head. The Saints have no choice but to honor their disengagement and just farm up in the meantime. But it looks like they're still hunting for things on the top side. They might actually get pincered out as Chaotic Surge makes their way through the jungle. They don't have a lot of vision here, and it's not immediately obvious where the rest of the Saints are, but they see Biscotti there, they see Rock Boom, and they see that Akashi's still top, so they have a good idea of what's going on.
Plant there. So they have a little bit of an idea, but both teams playing very cautiously.
Baron, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for Baron.
Oh, Cataclysm!
Akashi gonna have to flash out. Maddie gonna dive in and try and get Yusuf there, but he has to go and try and protect Akashi, but Akashi gonna get shut down.
Yusuf is actually in like a really perfect spot that he had to get pushed back from Maddie from. He's in a good spot to do a lot of damage. Ricky is taking a lot of punishment. Maddie's going to take out Toldaru in the meantime. On the opposite side of the map, the jungler is making his way back into the fight as Saints jungler goes down. Sprug taking up the kill. Ricky waddling his way in. He charges, but he's not able to find anything. Rock Boom desperately trying to get something out of this, but he takes a huge chomp dumpa. Charging into the back line. Rock Boom takes him out, gets a little bit of vengeance, but Sprug gets it back. They're going to be TPing in. Biscotti is the last man standing for the Saints. He's not going to be a man standing for very long. Yusuf TPs in, chases him down on the bushes, and they're going to try their best to clean things up. Whether or not he goes down is ephemeral at this point. Chaotic Surge establishes their domination of this map in that display of aggression.
Yeah, they are playing phenomenally here. Just winning those team fights that really count at this point in the game.
Exactly. You can win all these little exchanges across the map. You can find these little scout kills, but winning that fight is huge.
But they're even winning those, honestly. They're winning that, all the little scout kills, they're winning. Dragon, they are just playing very, very well currently. So the Saints are at a disadvantage here, but if they play their cards right, it's still winnable.
The unsung hero of this game, in my opinion, is actually going to be Sprug right now. He's done so much in these team fights in terms of setting things up and cleaning it up.
Is so good at setting up those perfect team kills, you know.
He's got a 400 gold bounty on his head as proof of his value. Akashi going to be spawning things out a little bit. Not going to want to commit too hard. Chaotic Surge is doing so well at biting their tongue and not taking
trying to bait them out here, it looks like. So his team can pounce.
Maddie.
Looks like a big team fight adding up here.
Oh, Ricky on the backside.
And the backside in the river. Oh, he's trying to guard Dragon here, I think.
Yeah, they're getting
as the fourth Dragon is up.
The horn comes through, sending it out. It's only going to connect onto Ricky. He's going to charge his way in, doing so much CC all over the place. Dumpa goes in, but gets put down immediately. Maddie doing so much damage in the area right in front, leaving a lot of room for Rock Boom, but he's not in the area to do as much damage as he wants to be able to. The Chaotic Surge doing so much to disengage. Maddie is still up. However, Dumpa is down. They're not going to be able to steal this dragon thanks to Maddie's smite, but the fight is re-engaged. Maddie goes onto Sprug and takes him out, claiming the 400 gold bounty for his team. And again, Chaotic Surge, knowing when to run, does exactly that. As the Saints charged right for Baron, they still have Rock Boom up. They are going to be able to take this out pretty quickly, I believe. And again, Maddie as well. He's no chump either.
Chaotic Surge needs to stop this Baron here. If the Saints get Baron, they could definitely snowball and turn this game right on its head.
That's exactly what they're thinking. Is Yusuf throws out the orb, seeing what he can find. Please find something. But do they have Dumpa there? He goes in Cataclysm. He might not know how important he is for the smite as Rock Boom takes him out. Maddie still has his smite. And that is going to be Baron in the bag for the Saints. There's going to be no hope of sniping it left. And that's every single champ alive. Ooh. Full Baron. Not even off of a team wipe, just off of a single dragon kill, moving over to the Baron, and that is going to be devastating.
Yeah, now they're up gold. They're still up gold, you know, by a decent amount here. So it's not, while they are up kills and are up drag, that Baron could definitely turn the tide of the game here. But they are going to get another turret mid to try and suppress this approach from the Saints.
There's so much going on in this game that my tiny brain could not possibly comprehend to explain the nuances of the decisions that these players are making. But what I can absolutely say is these players are taking everything into effect and making plays around the map with as much information in mind as possible.
Gonna try and go for the horn, but kind of whiffs one of them, but hits two. And
Right
that
in the middle
is
of it.
Maddie tries to get out. With the support from Biscotti, he manages to get out there. Oh, I think Milio has heals and shields, so that's a very good play by the support there.
Now, Rockboom's gonna be the victim of the Cataclysm, but you're not trapped in here with me, I'm trapped in here with you! That's exactly what Dumpa is saying as he goes down. Rockboom is gonna be the next to fall. Akashi running for his life, taken out by Verticality, but Maddie's gonna return the favor. Sprug running for his life, Yusuf flashing for it. Totalru's on the backline. If he has Lantern up, he could probably save one of these gentlemen. He gets Sprug out of there. Ricky LaFleur waddling his way down the wave, trying to make a show of force. They're going to lose 2 of their highest damage champions on the side of the Saints. That's 2 Baron buffs down, but 3 still standing as they look for more things on the map to hit.
Definitely looks like they're going to go for a push top here. So
Oh yeah, actually they're going to recall.
Yeah, Ricky's gearing up for the push top here, trying to even up the towers. But I think Chaotic Surge is going to read that and try and put a stop to that. Tolduro just clearing out those wards, you know, try and get rid of as much vision as you can. These pro players love their vision. Yeah, it's so important, you know, just knowing what's happening in the game at any point in time is a big advantage here.
We've seen examples of how, you know, you only see one champion on the map, but you can kind of tell, you know, there's probably 4 more behind him. But realistically, like, these exchanges, the vision has played a huge role, because it's not just, you might know might know that everybody's here, but you might not know where they are. And that makes a big difference if you're playing Jarvan the Fourth, for example, random champion I'm just thinking of, and you have to charge in and use Cataclysm on somebody.
Yeah.
You don't know where you can use it. You don't know when you can use it, because you might see one champion, but you don't know who's next to them. And that's a huge part of these exchanges for these teams here.
The Saints are definitely gearing up bottom here, as I think Drag is up in a minute or 2.
Potentially. Yeah, in about...
So it could be a big one for
10
Chaotic
seconds.
Surge here. Having 4 drags is a huge advantage. Definitely as we go later into the game, you know, every little point matters. Looks like they're going to get mid-turret here. Able to retreat and get out. Maddie going to get a little tip of the spear there on Dumpa. Dumpa going to go for the red buff there. But Akashi...
Both teams, like you said, making their way to the
steal.
bottom side.
Yeah.
This is going to be another Dragon engagement. This is one of the most... I almost said object-oriented. Some of my networking class leaking into the cast here. It's definitely an objective-oriented game coming out from both sides here. Every engagement we've seen, again, early game was from the junglers, and since then, every engagement's mostly just been around the objectives here. Both teams still relatively even, only about a 1k difference between the two. And they are showing that with how carefully they're taking these engagements. Chaotic Surge knowing exactly when to leave, and Saints knowing exactly when to go in. It's like an unstoppable force, meaning an immovable object in this game. It is quite the sight to behold. I'm very eagerly looking forward to the next fight here, as it might break out at any second. Again, the trigger discipline being put on display. We have a TP coming out from Akashi. Hook goes through.
Missed.
Does not connect, but a lot of damage coming out. Ricky smelling it. He knows, I gotta do something here, but he holds off. He knows that was not the proper moment, but goes in. Cataclysm's committed, but he goes down near instantly. Rockboom takes out Jarvan. They're trying to take out Sprug on the top side. Rockboom's doing so much damage.
Flashes.
Not enough, though. Akashi is gonna be the one taking it down, but Verticality took out Rockboom in the blink of an eye. They find the next kill. Biscotti is going to be the next to fall. Verticality's oppression is not to be trifled with. Ricky LaFleur is going to try to keep him out. He takes the burst spell. He's like, you're on your own, buddy. I'm out of here. Akashi, but he charges back in, actually.
No.
But Yusa takes him down instantly. Where does Hell go? Where did it go? Akashi's going to be the last man standing now, and they're going to go for the dragon.
Now they're going to get their 4th dragon here. Ooh. Oh, no, it's not looking good for the Saints here.
I think
21-16.
Dumpa was the only one that went down in that fight, and that's not surprising when, again, he's playing Jarvan. You go in,
You have
charge,
to dive, yeah.
You basically have to die, right? But he took as many people down with him as he could. I didn't even notice Rockboom dying. I thank, you know, shout out to League of Legends text on screen where it showed Rockboom died, because I didn't even see it. And he took him down so quickly, so efficiently. Both of these attack damage carries are so deadly at this point in the game. looking at the goal difference between the two, I would say that Verticality is about 3,000 gold more dangerous than Rock Boom is at the moment. And CS is also another factor in that goal difference, leading by about 20, but most of that is probably going to be coming from the kills and assists that he has over Rock Boom.
Yep. Looks like they're going to go for another push here mid. Mid is where all the battles are going to happen here. You know, no more towers to run to. Got to be with your team. All the objectives say. Ornhorn going to come out.
Oh, he does not bounce it back. Yeah, but they get the hook onto Maddie.
But not able to play off of it.
Not going to engage.
Able to get out.
They're trying to find the perfect moment, the perfect misstep.
Waiting for a little slip up from either team.
Anything they can find, they'll take. The hook does not connect. Akashi spreading out the damage. Sprug getting dangerously close to him. Not close enough, though. They kind of stretch themselves a little bit thin. The front line is still in place, though. Ricky goes in, finds the press down onto Verticality. The gap is there. Maddie doing so much damage. Akashi is going to go down. No, that's going to be the Jarvan going down. Rock Boom is going to take out Sprug. The hook dragging him back. Rock Boom just desperately chasing a little bit more. They're going to back off of that engagement. I thought they were chasing somebody. It seems they're just chasing their lives. The hook did not connect.
Yeah, that was a little close.
That was scary.
A pixel away from that hook.
Notice, Jarvan is down. Dumpa, he's not going to be able to
just got another kill.
Ooh, a snipe, but a snipe for Verticality in exchange. This could actually be pretty dangerous. The last two here have so much damage, so much burst damage. Maddie is still the MVP here for this Baron. He needs to be able to secure it with the smite. Ricky is going to go down, but he's going to take Verticality with him with Rock Boom's help. Yusuf is going to lead them on a wild goose chase around the jungle. They're going to abandon the Baron objective here. Maddie just going to throw out his spear in vain hopes that he finds something. It's not going to connect, though, and the Saints are just going to go back home.
I think a very successful push there. They stopped the Baron being taken there, and now
Dumpa,
they might be able to get Baron themselves if they can get enough teammates around.
Yusuf is here, and he does. We've seen the way he took out Ricky in quite the impressive fashion. Does a lot of damage, but Akashi is going to be up, and he does have TP available. So it seems neither team wants to commit to the Baron just yet. Or maybe I was wrong. No, just warding it up. Maddie doing the same, coming through, seeing what vision he can find, seeing what vision he can place down.
Yep.
Orienting themselves around Baron here.
You gotta still get those farms, Maddie. You know, if you're not max level yet, you definitely want to be going into these big team fights. Every level is starting to matter. Every decision you have made in the game is getting amplified. Every item, every play.
This might be a bold prediction for me, but I really do feel that this next fight might be the deciding one.
Definitely. With right now, the Saints are slightly close here. Whoever wins this fight gets Baron, and can probably.
I think the only way that is not the case is if like 4 champs go down on both teams. But even then, the Ram comes through. He does not bounce it, but it's going to connect on Ricky. Ricky is going to die in the back line. He's not going to be able to use any of his spells. Saints, this is spelling danger, but Akashi does not care. He's spreading out the stuns. He's spreading out the damage, but Chaotic Surge is completely invisible to them. As we mentioned, the importance of vision. Both junglers are up.
Choking down Baron there.
This Baron could still be anybody's if he could get close enough, but no!
That's it.
They're going to secure it. Cataclysm is going to drop. Rock Boom is going to have to flash out, but the charge comes through. So much damage is going to go onto all of the Saints, instantaneously wiping them out. That is going to be a near instantaneous wipe with the quadra kill going to Verticality and the ace being secured. That's a complete wipe off the Baron. Only one champion dying for Chaotic Surge. That, Matthias.
It is looking like game here unless the Saints can mount fantastical defense here. But look at them go, just destroying them.
Ricky, show them what you're made of, Ricky.
Show them final stand here at the Nexus.
Oh no, it's not gonna be
with turrets
much.
Going down, can you use Hourglass?
Can you make some kind of god-tier play? Not at all. That's going to be the end of the game. Biscotti.
With the Ornhorn, that is game 1 here.
Wow, what a game!
Chaotic Surge
Chaotic Surge really
They
kind of
live up
putting
to
on a
their
show.
name there.
That
That
was-
was a chaotic surge of power there.
It's Chaotic Surge of power, Chaotic Surge of gold, Chaotic Surge of objectives. There's a Chaotic Surge of a lot of things going on in that game. But the most surging thing of that game is the energy I feel
Definitely,
after
yeah,
watching
that
that
was so
display.
exciting.
Wow, what a
A
game.
lot of points where it could have turned around, a lot of points where you thought the Saints had the lead, but Chaotic Surge just managed to play consistently on those objectives, on Dragon, on Jungle, just ever so slightly better. But both great plays all around from both teams, you know. I know we went in talking about how the Diamond player might be, you know, oh, maybe he won't live up to the rest of his team.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the best people on the field. That
Especially the
verticality,
end play.
getting kill after kill
Yeah.
after kill. Every point where he needed to make a play, he lived up to it and definitely did.
That was really an incredible game. That was one of the closest games I think we've seen. We've had the pleasure of seeing the Saints play recently. Most of them are usually a little bit one-sided, to be fair, in
Little bit
favor
of
of the
a stomp here
Saints.
sometimes, you know?
But it seems
But,
that they might have met a bit of a match here. They're going to have to do some thinking, some cleaning up, reconsidering their strategies going into the next game as Chaotic Surge takes game 1 in the Aegis Champion League game against the Saints. We'll be right back, and we're going to have some more awesome games after we come back from a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Game 2, St. Clair Saints versus Chaotic Surge in the ACL Champions League. We got another exciting game of League of Legends coming in.
Yeah,
Matthias, what's up?
especially after that last match, this next match should be very interesting. Another Vi ban right off the bat. They don't want to deal with that Vi. They know he's so experienced with it. I was kind of hoping to see it just to see how much work he's put into that. And another Tristana ban. We're seeing very similar bans as to what we saw last time.
Taking things safe, taking things slow, and they got a taste of what Chaotic Surge jungler was capable of in the last game playing a champion he was not too comfortable on. They do not want to give him an opportunity to play one that he is most comfortable on, so they're going to ban that out. Similar bans coming out, banning out the Jax. That's the top laner's favored champion. They won't have to deal with that. I wouldn't be surprised if, again, we see an Olaf ban coming out.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll be the exact same bans as yep, another Olaf ban.
Olaf ban.
I wonder if we'll see the similar picks, though, because it didn't quite work out for the Saints last time, so maybe they'll change it up. Maybe we won't see Milio again, but we will have to see after the next ban. I know Ricky loves Olaf, though. He goes ham on him.
He goes ham on him. What the Saints like to do...
There we go, the Jar 4. I wanted
it.
to see it. They have had trouble with Jar 4 every single time I've seen them go up against it. It has not been great for them. They have won against a Jar 4 before. It's like not their win condition, but it is very difficult for them. And there's another Zeri ban. They're banning out that ADC.
These are looking a little... These are looking... I'm trying to understand what's going on in the mind space of both of these teams right now. We got the same two bans starting out, but these last bans kind of hint at something. And the first pick is going to come out with Saints.
Varus.
Comfortable. Rock Boom is on this champion. I'm talking like a Yoda right now for some reason. Comfortable he is. Anyways, he is very comfortable on this Varus champion. So
cool.
Yeah,
he's a cool champ.
Not something that you're going to hesitate to pick out to start. I think what the Saints kind of struggled with in the last game, I lost my train of thought. That's why I was looking into the distance vacantly for a while.
All good.
It's come back to me now. What I was going to say is
been there.
Oh, and the Aphelios pick coming
He was doing great on Aphelios. It's no surprise there.
Just before that thought leaves me again, when I just caught it back, the Saints were kind of struggling quite a bit with finding the range to have Rock Boom succeed at. I think that's might be a big reason that he's
another
good with
threat,
Tristana.
similar picks.
Yep.
I don't see a reason why Chaotic Surge would change up what they have going on right now unless they think they can get a really good counter pick in. But going in with what they did last time, if they just do exactly what they did last time, they are looking to repeat what happened last game.
I would like to see a Nautilus pick for the Saints. Just a champion. Okay.
A Blitzcrank.
Okay.
Another good champ.
This works because what I was getting at was I think the Saints struggled with getting Rock Boom in a position that he could do a lot in. I think that's why Tristana is good for him because Tristana puts herself in a good spot. Whereas with the Blitzcrank pick, you take the opportunities for kills and then suck them into you. So they might be just circumventing the whole positioning issue. And Varus is really good with positioning as well.
Lilia pick. I think that's Lilia top or jungle.
Potentially.
Both scenarios very tough. Lilia's a very good champ. Very annoying to play against.
I'm glad you know this champion's name
because
I
can put
don't.
people to sleep. That's her whole thing.
Interesting.
Just can't play anymore. Sorry. A lot of fun to play against, too. And we're going to see the Xin Zhao pick from Chaotic Surge. They want to take that for their jungler, as we've seen 2 jungle picks already taken out there.
I think how you're talking about how the Saints pick puts champions to sleep. She's like a non-lethal takedown method. They're going for the takedown method on Chaotic Surge. Yeah. They just want... The Saints pick the taser, Chaotic Surge picks the gun. And they just want that huge damage. They saw what he's capable of on Maddie.
From the Saints, it seems like a lot of scenarios where you can put people to sleep, take them out, put them in the scenario where they're very vulnerable for the kills for the people who really need it, you know?
And we're seeing the next bands coming out. They're going to be targeted to the top lane.
Yep, Sion.
And Sion, one of Ricky's most popular
yeah.
picks. I'm surprised. Who did he play again in the last game? He played
Gragas.
I'm surprised they actually didn't pick out the Sion for him. I think they might have been missing some of that oppressive front line. Gragas kind of delivers that, but
we
not
see a
as
Victor
well
ban from Chaotic Surge there.
Yep, they know what Akash is capable of on any mid laner that allows you to do as much damage as he does.
Ban the LeBlanc this time.
They might have to tank that. They might have to tough it out and go against the Akashi LeBlanc. Not something I would choose to do.
Fiora ban there from St. Clair.
Now we're going to get some more picks here. We're going to get the last two for both teams.
Oh,
First up is Cassante. I don't remember if that was on the menu when we saw the...
It was banned last time.
I mean for the stats for the
Oh,
top laner.
yeah.
I don't know if that was one of his picks.
Don't quite remember, but either way, if he knows how to play Cassante,
He's going to play it.
he's gonna.
And if he doesn't know how to play,
well.
he better learn quick.
Well, even if he does, he'll do well. He'll do well. Cassante's a very strong champ. Very, very good champ there.
Yep, next up. Okay.
Darius.
Calm down, everybody, calm down. Okay, we have a Darius in the building. This is not a drill. Ricky he's ready. He wants to take this game in his hands, and I think the Saints draft kind of puts that into perspective a little bit. I'm looking at it from a different lens, and with this pick coming out for Ricky, I really think it's going to work out in their favor based off of his playstyle. Aurelia is going to be the final pick. I can't really see her going anywhere but mid.
Aurelia
Or jungle? Or
could be top. It's either top or mid. And it's going to be mid because of Darius.
We know Darius is going to be playing.
Lilia jungle, Aurelia mid. Aurelia's really interesting champ to watch. You know, very interesting. They took LeBlanc.
Yeah, Aurelia is one of the hardest champs in the game.
Very high skill ceiling. That's why it's so fun to watch. You know,
Yeah.
Everyone has a different way of playing her. You either play her bad, you play her good. You know, really high skill ceiling. A lot of stylish things you can do on that champ.
I wonder why we were both about to say Aurelia is one of the hardest champs in the game.
I don't know. I just felt like a voice popped in
I don't know.
my head or
Yeah,
something. You know,
it was weird.
It was just we just
weren't in
synced up.
sync.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, they're gonna be rounding out the picks, rounding out the bans. We're looking at basically a completely different game here. Only seeing, I believe, 3 of the similar champs from the previous game, and one of them were banned in the last one. So it's going to be quite the interesting match indeed. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us on the Rift.
Very interesting game.
Yeah. But now we're going to head right into the game.
Right into it,
I was a little lost there because the draft went away. I was like, what's going on? But we're going to go right into the game, and they're going to be sprinting down the middle lane. Saints versus Chaotic Surge. They're going to be staying clumped together. They learned a message from the last game where Rockboom almost got picked off from the 5-man from Chaotic Surge, and now they're all going to stick together here to avoid a similar situation. Going to be nesting in that bush next to the middle tower. Saints are going to be creeping up to the top side of Chaotic Surge.
Yeah, very interesting. I think they're gonna go and try and steal their red buff there.
Potentially.
Try and disrupt their jungle. Their jungle was so strong last game.
If they manage to find each other at all, I will be very impressed. They're gonna be sending out some recalls. Rockboom's already gonna be in the bottom lane. Briefly going to be followed up by the Blitzcrank. Top side, we only have 3 champions for both teams, and they meet. They know each other are here, but they don't know exactly how many. Ricky is in position to do some damage. That's exactly what he's going to do. He uses the W. He's going to get a lot of damage onto Dumpa. The full 3-stun connect.
But Ricky flashes, aggro flashes, and gets the first blood there.
This is
but
the
Sprague trying to get out, but he's not going to be able to get out either. And Akashi going to get another pick. That is disastrous for Chaotic Surge, and the Saints are off to a great lead. And Yusuf trying to find a way to escape this jungle, but gonna get stunned there.
Even the game didn't see that kill coming because that delay, that text delay that shows that he died came like 5 seconds after. Even the game got caught off guard from those plays. We're going to start the game with 2 kills for the Saints.
That's insane.
Again, it's just the difference in playstyle that the Saints like to adopt when they have a more aggressive champion than the more passive ones when they give to Ricky is astronomical, but verticality is astronomically going to take a lot of damage. The hooks are going to be exchanged onto the ADCs. Rockboom might go down here, but so might verticality. This is anybody's game here, but it's looking like Rockboom. He cast the heal.
Is really low too.
This could be the kill with the flash. Busquetti securing the kill, getting another hook. Dumpa coming up the back line.
Needs to try and free up his ADC here.
If they don't get the kill on Rockboom here, this could be devastating. Busquetti is going to be a strong line of defense. The hook is going to drag him into the tower, but not close enough.
Sandwiched right now.
Rockboom
tried to die to tower. Dies to support,
yeah.
so not too bad there.
Very well played there. He knew he was going
to
go
to the jungle.
I mean, he didn't have seconds to recall, so he's like, I'm going to recall the old-fashioned way, and decides to go home. Hakashi taking a lot of heat in the middle lane, trying to get him down before he goes on himself, but Aurelia is going to fall to the wiles of the LeBlanc on Yusuf. Now, getting things back on track. He's actually going to TP back. He wants to be right back into the action in the middle lane. Doesn't want to miss a second.
A lot of kills this game. Very aggressive from both teams.
And the only one that was involved the jungler was just the jungler walking bottom and saying, I'm here, and then having Rockboom decide to, you know, take his life into his own hands and go out in a style that he found more
But
befitting.
he didn't die to tower. It went to the support.
He died to the tower, but I believe how that interaction works
yeah.
out is, you know, it went to Tildaru there. Biscetti is going to be taking a lot of punishment here. He's going to have no choice but to recall. Yep. Middle lane, Akashi is just licking his wounds, trying to get back into the thick of things.
Going to play very aggressively. He did have a kill there, so should be pretty even. Got the early kill. Still up on levels. So that death, while it may make CS a little harder, he's not at too much of a detriment here. Yusuf gonna have to TP onto his friend, and Maddie gonna slay Yusuf mid, but Ricky gonna get double teamed here in the river.
Oh no, Ricky.
And
okay,
Sprug gonna get the kill on Ricky.
It's that Ricky surprise factor is like just exponentially greater when he's playing Darius, because Darius can have that surprise factor of turning a situation where he's gonna go down into a situation where you're gonna go down. But he's not gonna be able to cinch that out in that situation there. He is gonna fall without getting a kill, dragging them to hell with him. But you got really close with that bleed damage onto Dumpa. Bottom side.
Close, but no cigar there. And bot lane pushing up, farming this wave very, very well here.
We have things reversed roles a little bit from the previous game. We have Rockboom behind on the CS compared to Verticality, who is going to have about 23 to Rockboom's 14. It's not going to be anything too crazy at the start of the game, but just to show how things are going.
I'm gonna have to correct it. We did have a kind of crazy start to the game, but things are cooling.
I was arguing with the CS. To be fair.
Okay.
Like the CS isn't going to have much of a huge impact at the start of the game, but it's a good metric to decide how the lane's going.
Akashi going for a big dive here.
Oh, he's going to get stunned up, but
good damage.
Just going to be able to chip him out just to have a little bit of bargaining tools. He's going to get the hook onto Verticality.
So low.
Biscetti is most likely going to fall without getting the kill. Rockboom isn't going to be able to follow it up. He has no means to do so just yet. It's another sacrifice to the altar of Verticality. It's not going to get that angry god is not going to give his subjects any remorse just yet, though. Topside Ricky just spinning around, just to threaten him, just to scare him a little bit. But things are looking to be getting a little bit more tame on the Rift.
Yep. Things are playing out as they usually do, finally for once. But a lot of engagements here, a lot of back and forth, a lot of fights. So it's a very fast-paced game here.
We're going to have to look at the timings. That's probably going to be the biggest factor here. For example, if Ricky was level 6 right now, Cassante would be dead.
Yep,
right?
definitely.
But he's not level 6, so he's still alive. Now he's level 6. Sprug is going to have to play a lot differently in this lane. He's not going to be able to tank these you know, blood stacks from Darius. He's going to have to actually try avoiding them, which might give Ricky the upper hand. Alternatively, though, granted, I don't know exactly what Cassante
big
does.
Hook there from Tildaru.
But he's
Verticality going to be able to get the kill here on Rockboom, most likely. Rockboom's really low and tries to struggle, but Verticality able to get the kill on Rockboom there. And Dumpa, well, we weren't looking, got the kill on Ricky.
Biscetti might be trying to get a little bit of revenge here.
He's going to just try and run back.
He's doing
but with Maddie there, you're right. Revenge may be a possibility.
Not exactly on who they want it on, but they are going to be able to do some damage. But
they
the
get the reverse hook
chains
into the turret. If you took a turret shot there, it could be disastrous. Trying to get out here. Maddie trying to even it up. Tildaru flashes out.
No.
Maddie going to die to Verticality.
Not going to find it. They're both so low.
That's so unfortunate.
It's almost like this. You wish you could just get one free ignite per game. You don't have to take it as a summoner. It's just you could just say please, and then Riot will ignite
just
every
pray
champion.
to the fire god.
It's not going to be a feature implemented just yet. The fire god has not signed a contract with Riot, but man can dream.
Yeah, the Fire God collab will be great for Worlds when he does the song.
Oh yeah, he's gonna drop his Heat album.
Yeah, the Fire album.
Oh god. Oh no, again. I said it last time. They can't let us cast together anymore. It's just dangerous.
True. It'll always happen once. It'll always happen once. It's per cast. But Ricky.
What were we talking about again? Oh, League of Legends.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
right.
the game that's right in front of us on the giant screen.
It's a nice screen, granted.
Ricky is a nice screen. Maddie just getting his frog on.
You getting the
Frog
frog on.
off.
Frog on, frog off. Oh, but they're going to get the
Darius
Rift
going
Herald
for
on,
Rift.
actually.
Dumpa going for blue. Gonna get that blue buff. Ricky is trying to sneakily
He's gonna slow
take
the solo?
this thing, but I think they have vision there. They know
Yep.
they're going for
Thanks
that
to the Scuttler.
Rift.
But can they do anything about it?
What can they do about it, honestly?
That's always the question that you must be able to ask yourself before you make any
Dragon is
decision
up.
on the map.
It looks like Chaotic is marking on their map. They want their team to make a move towards drag here.
It's just about what we usually see coming out from these early game exchanges. One side gets the Rift, one side will get the Dragon.
I feel like Dragon might be a little more important unless you can
Fire
try and
Dragon.
snowball early in the game.
This is going to be pretty big for them.
Uncontested. Yeah, free drag.
Free Rift Herald as well, though. They're going to have to find a way to turn this Rift Herald into opportunities, though. Maddie is bearing the brunt of the responsibility as the bearer of the Rift Herald's crest. I don't think that's what it's called, but so I'm going to call it. Top
Sounds
side.
cool enough.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Crests are
Ooh.
cool. Akashi's even cooler,
Yusef
though.
dived in there, but Akashi was ready to pounce.
Oh, look at the bottom side. You see the Blitzcrank kind of paint things out, and he's trying to walk a bit there. They were all bottom side. I think they were just helping with the blue buff or red
Reality
buff.
able to collapse down onto them, but Ricky going for the fight here with Sprug. But it's so
close.
low.
Oh,
It could be
he
anyone's
gets
game, and
slammed.
Ricky.
Did he slam a minion? It looked like he slammed a minion. I don't think because
no idea. That was just. I think he hit, but Ricky escaped by the seat of his pants there.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
very close. Top lane is just excellent in delivering moments like that because champions up there are so well designed for these close-knit skirmishes, and they always deliver in the excitement. The Rift Herald is going to be called. They want to seal the deal. One charge should be enough to take it out, and exactly as I say, that top tower is going to go down expeditiously. But so is Biscotti.
Yeah, they caught Biscotti in the wrong place, wrong time. Now Verticality's on a rampage here. Rock Boom.
He's alone.
Alone.
Not where you want to be. He throws with the ultimate, but it's not going to
People
connect.
around him.
I mean, yeah, technically he's not alone then, but he's not with friends.
Yeah. Not with the people he wants to be around here.
Yeah, we're not.
Trying to hit that arrow. Yeah, not great. Not great position to be in if you're Rock Boom. But you just got to try and get that farm. Not let it phase you.
Akashi.
But Dumpa coming from behind.
Uh-oh.
He
Oh, he flashed out
is
the hook.
surrounded here, and Rock Boom gonna fall to Dumpa. And now that is a very fed jungler.
It's inevitable. The only champion on his team with a TP available is going to be Akashi, and he does not want to commit that, especially when he's such low mana. Not really going to be able to do anything there. He probably would have ended up dying anyway. So Rockboom just takes the CS he can before he goes down, and accepts his fate. Ricky is going to try to determine his own, though, popping the Ghost, charging it up. Maddie's going to be here for the assist, and he's going to go down inevitably.
Flash.
Uh-oh, the
But he
Reeve
gets pulled
pulls
right
him in.
back into the fight.
Yep.
Ricky gets a kill on Sprug.
Such a scary spell. It's so potent, and the hook is going to come up from Biscotti, but Yusuf is immediately going to dash out of harm's way. Akashi is just going to, again, keep the farm up. He's leading by about 20 against the opposing mid laner. Dumpa is going to try to cause some problems, though, but there is a vision there. Akashi getting a little bit curious, poking his head out, seeing what he can do. But it seems Biscotti and Ricky are just going to be coming back from the base.
Yeah, very solid game all around, but Chaos is up on kills, but it feels like the Saints already have a tower down. And they do it.
It feels like it, or do they?
Yeah, they do. I was saying a feeling, and I just looked at the scoreboard, and I was like, I feel like it's correct.
And it just feels like they should have a tower down by now.
Just a feeling like, oh my gosh, I think they got a tower there. Anyways, back to the game. Looks like they're all gathering down here in Bottom River. Maddie farming off those chickens.
Oh, the Force, though. They're coming out with no holds barred. Yusuf is going to be
Collapsing on
immediately
Akashi.
aggressing. Dumpa is going to be the next to follow up. Tool Duru is going to get ready.
Oh, that's a big hold by Akashi, though.
Yusuf is
All
really
slowed.
low. Maddie is going to be on the back
They're
line.
able to get out there.
Matthias, I don't like the look of it. Oh, Kasante takes out Ricky in the top side.
Not the fight we were looking at, but
Yusuf is drowsy, taking a lot of damage. He's asleep for just a little bit. Can he get the hook? He doesn't
Yep.
need to. He just decided to die there, I guess.
Lilia, that's Lilia. Lilia's a lot of fun.
The Reeve hook lands onto Biscotti. Dumpa is going to be in the midst of this fight, the one kind of setting the tone. Tolduru is going to go down just after Biscotti. Verticality is going to be the next to fall, thanks to the efforts of Akashi and Maddie. It's going to be Maddie getting the pickup there, shutting him down. And in the meantime, the sweet, sweet Bliss counting the coins. Rock Boom farming up that entire time. Quite the sight to behold. Beautiful.
Was very beautiful indeed. Picturesque, whatever you want to call it. So many descriptors we could have used for that. But just like that,
and we chose
College gonna even it up here. They are up on CS by quite a bit here, and only down by 1 kill. Up on tower, it is looking very, very advantageous here for them here in game 2.
Objectives-wise, Saints are doing quite well for themselves, losing a dragon, but they were able to pick up a Rift Herald earlier on in the game. Seems that Chaotic Surge is going to be orienting themselves around this bottom tower. Some of the unsung heroes of this in the previous game, Tolduru has done a lot to kind of orient the map and set things up preemptively so that they can take these exchanges more favorably, even if, you know, the Thresh, he does not do the most damage, he does not have the flashiest effect, but he does so well controlling these team fights. Sprug, oh, he TP's top, gets hooked immediately. Ricky is here. Is he in the Reeve range though? Not quite. And even if he was, he is unstoppable.
Chaotic Surge there got their second dragon. And that worries me, man. I feel like that's why they won the last game. They just kept getting those buffs over and over. And Rock Boom here in a bad spot. But
oh, is he in a bad spot? Really?
Yeah, just dance
You're
around
in a bad spot with me.
and get the kill there.
Underestimating the potential of Rock Boom by himself. They were kind of putting him on the back foot, but when you're on the back foot, you can still deliver a mighty kick if you're trained well enough. That's exactly what he decides to do here.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that fighting style. You want to be on the ground.
Oh, okay.
You want to be on the ground.
There you go. You turned that around. Well done. Well done. That's not the kicking martial art, but yeah, you do want to be on the ground for...
I don't know whatever martial art you kick from the ground is, but...
I think that's a toddler sports.
Yeah.
Toddler fighting style.
Oh, verticality here. Gonna get sandwiched in between Akashi and another, but he's gonna get a pick on Rock Boom and dies to turret there. But
Grim
Akashi
Reaper.
Gonna get it. And Akashi almost gonna get mid-turret there? Or that's Ricky gonna get mid-turret there.
Mid tower is going to be a couple of blinks away from dying here. Just don't blink too hard when you're next to that Chaotic Surge, or it might go down before you expect it to. Free tip for you guys. You don't have to mention it to me. Ricky, topside, bottom tower is all going to be going down. Saints taking out all the frontier towers, the ones kind of holding everything down for them. Again, kills are even, but they are 5k up, and the Chaotic Surge has no towers, or at least not for very long. Again, that middle tower is about 2 hits away from dying from a minion. So it's, again, things are looking pretty nice for the Saints, but Chaotic Surge is going to try evening things up just a bit, kind of secure that top side. They're not going to let them defend it. And the
mid-turret there, and just like that, within a few seconds, going to get Slay verticality.
Ricky LaFleur bravely, fearlessly walking forward, but the hook connects without him expecting it.
There.
They might. This is a fair fight for somebody like Ricky playing Darius, but he is not going to get to deliver.
The team is going to try and clean up there. They all have a little bit of bleed on them.
Leading up, but now we have Maddie kind of getting things started, charging right into the middle of it though. Biscotti's gonna land the hook on the backside just to be extra damage. Ooh. All 3 of them are gonna go down. You trade your ADC in the middle lane, and you trade 3 of your champions. What you get out of it though is a tower.
Trade.
And Ricky, I don't know what bank you're going to, but that does not seem like a fair trade to me. If
for 3 kills,
worthy for the Saints. Worthy
for the Saints. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, of course.
I would say you need to like
They traded Ricky's life for a triple kill there.
Quad actually.
Quad?
They got verticality earlier.
Oh yeah,
on.
true.
And again, during this whole time, Rock Boom's just farming, head down, quiet, farming, grinding it out, getting some more dangerous items. If you just said, Daniil, tell me 3 League of Legends items, I would be able to tell you 1, Trinity Force. But I'm looking at the item that Rock Boom has, that purple sword. Don't tell me what it is. That's not Gwyn Susan. You didn't want you to tell me.
It's like
I told you not to tell me.
It's a free ghost, pretty much. You speed boost, and I think you get little. It's not as powerful as Ghost.
Oh, looks like he used it. Wow.
Yep. Easy little speed boost. Great for chasing down champs. great on Kane. I play a lot of Kane.
Thanks a
Can
lot, production.
Speed across the map so easily.
You went against my wishes. Oh, but they're not going to go against the wishes of Ricky LaFleur. He says, come here, and they go. Drags him in, chops him down, gets the kill. Top side, Akashi is going to see what he can do against Scrugg, and it's quite a lot as he forces him to retreat underneath the tier 2 tower. Verticality!
Off guard there mid, and Maddie is unstoppable.
Unstoppable is probably not what you would expect to be labeled on the kindly dear lady, but that is exactly what you're going to be seeing branded him. That's going to be the second tower really close to falling. I said the Saints are going to have to reconsider the strategy, and it looks like they found one that works as the box comes up from the Thresh. It's not going to do too much to prevent the onslaught coming up from the Saints. Biscotti, exactly what I said he's going to do, drags the force, drags the presence right up to Rockboom and allows him to finish off the kills. Saints are cleaning things up, taking out all the towers. Top side is already so low. Bottom side is going to be next to fall after the mid lane has just gone down as well. The Saints are looking to put the death nail into the head of Chaotic Surge.
They are definitely looking to close up that coffin there for them. Drag is coming up, and there's no one there to really contest it. They're going to have to try and rush down there, but just like that, they are able to just control what they want on this map here. With such a big lead, the Saints are in a very, very good spot. This dragon could spell a lot for the game.
Dragons can spell? Sorry.
They can do magic spells, maybe. I don't know.
Interesting.
But,
nice Ricky, he's blood hungry, as you can see, but so is Yusuf going on the back line. He's so close to finding Rockboom, but he's not going to be able to do too much damage, not enough to get the kill. Rockboom's still really low. Yusuf is still doing a lot of work to distract the Saints from the dragon, but he is going to go down, and that allows him to go full force. Akashi getting into the pit, going through, charging around everybody, doing so much damage, getting verticality off of the backside as another one goes down. Dumpa is going to be the next. That's going to be a full wipe for the Saints. As soon as Yusuf goes down, they turn their attention where it really matters and wipes him out, takes the dragon, and says ace to the Chaotic Surge.
Baron is up, and Baron could be very free here.
Matthias, this is game. I think
if they get Baron here, it's 100% game. If they don't, somehow, I don't know how that could happen. Maybe Teldaru teleports onto Baron. I don't know. But with
Akashi
another turret down, it is looking like a dreadful situation to be in.
Rockboom is now alive too, so he will be affected by the Baron buff.
Yep.
Everybody effectively getting that. It's just tough.
Back bottoms, ARAM. That could be it.
It's uh-oh. He might be able to find Akashi here. Soldaru and Yusuf, they are quite the force to behold, but Akashi makes quick work of him and turns him into minced ghost meat at the very least. But one spell coming up from Akashi takes Yusuf down to less than half HP. The whole team is here. They have the whole squad, and with that, they are able to take him down, and now they're all laughing. Oh, man. That is going to be another death for the Saints. That is going to be just a little bit of resistance for the onslaught coming out from them, but they're not going to be able to stop this top tower from going down. They are going to have to deal with that.
Yeah. It is not looking good for Chaotic Surge here. There is a scenario where they can maybe win here if they play absolutely perfectly, if they don't die anymore, but I don't really see that being a possibility here today.
Akashi is
I've seen crazier things happen.
Akashi is 10 seconds away from respawning, has the TP, so the Saints don't have to wait for much besides the creep wave to meet the forces of Chaotic Surge before they can feel comfortable pushing up, but that's not going to stop them from playing a little bit more aggressively than maybe you would expect. The hook comes out from Blitzcrank, does not connect, just a little bit too short range. A lot of damage is going to be coming out from the Abyss from the perspective of the Chaotic Surge as Maddie launches hurting, painful orbs of love and compassion or whatever the champion throws out that does damage, and they're going to be forced back into their base.
They are on the back foot here, just hanging around this gate looking for a push and maybe to get a kill, but with the Saints having Baron buff, all the minions there, Yusuf goes through the dive to try and find something, but unable to find anything is not good. Saints here have to play smart. If they do throw and somehow get team wiped here, that could be a very quick turnaround.
I don't know if the top laners got the memo that, like, it's not top lane anymore. You don't have, it's not the laning stage. They're both top laners.
You do have to try and repel Ricky here. Ricky's a force of nature all on his own. Maybe worthy to solo that turret as a tank. So you gotta watch out there.
Akashi leading the charge. Yusuf's going to throw out the leash onto him, and he gets rooted. But now Akashi, oh no! Ricky's going to pull 2 champs into him, doing so much damage. Sprug has no choice but to repeat. Dumpa is going to force Maddie out, but that's not going to be enough to stop their tower from going down. Akashi dashing in, hitting the inhibitor. Rockham's going to be following it up. Biscotti running forward.
Hook there, that's so unfortunate.
He's getting so close to these hooks. They always just flash out of the way or just, you know, orient themselves so perfectly to avoid it.
Getting another one.
Oh,
Really
he gets
putting
hooked
the
this
pressure
time.
on them.
Ricky's gonna do the reave, pulling him towards, gets the dunk. That's gonna be the reset. That's gonna be the movement speed reset as well. Gonna be rushing them down, but they focus on the objective here.
Another
That's another
inhib
down. Tension is going now to the bottom tower. If the Saints are able to pull this off, they'll be very comfortable pushing in for the death push. Ricky pulls in 2, bounces them off his steel-plated chest, and gets the kill. Double kill secured for Maddie, taking out Cassante. Verticality is looking to be the next fall thanks to Maddie's aggression underneath the tower, but he gets rooted up. DPS is going to be put onto him, but he's still alive. Verticality is leading the push. Yusuf just flies across the screen and takes out Maddie, but there's still 4 more angry Saints. 3 of them with Baron buff, 2 of them with a lot of damage in their hands, 1 of them getting the kill. And that's going to be the game, it looks, for the Saints, unless nothing. That is going to be the game. A quick one at that, or at least that felt really speedy.
No, pretty quick. I think that was like 10 minutes faster than last game. Very explosive game from the Saints. Just very slow. I think they got 2 kills in the beginning, so maybe it mattered. Maybe it added up.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 kills into the hands of Ricky. You don't want to do that if you're
and Akashi too.
Yeah, I think one of them. Yeah, one of them went to Akashi, one of them went to Ricky.
And 2 people you do not want to be fed early on.
They were playing some of the most high-impact champions for the early to mid game, and they took it to effect. The Saints really do seem to shine, really do seem to kind of revitalize themselves when they take their team composition and orient it into something a bit more aggressive, a bit more heads up,
turns
active.
On faster.
Yeah, something without too much waiting, something a little less patient than Jinx, and they were able to find their success very quickly in this game too. Matthias, any last words before we head into a break for our game 3?
That was just a great game by the Saints. You know, I was worried there after that first game that maybe Chaotic Surge will just take it all the way out, but you know, the Saints pulled it off. That was just great. They are great in the early game, as you said. They just know how to take their advantage and exploit it all the way into their opponent's nexus.
The Saints do what the Saints do.
We'll throw it to a quick break here. So
yeah. See you soon.
Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody, to Aegis Champions League here. It is St. Clair Saints versus Chaotic Surge. And we are here in Game 3. It will be a doozy here, and we are going into draft very soon. Daniil, what are you thinking going into this game?
I'm thinking our players are very handsome. You know, they're putting on a little bit of a show for us. Whoa!
I'm not thinking, I am knowing that they are very
Come on,
handsome
another
here.
one? Another wave for us, gentlemen, please.
They only need one wave to push this wave into Chaotic Surge's Nexus.
That was...
And here we
I have
are
no
on
words.
camera.
I have no words.
All right.
I'm following
Whoa.
waves
Wait.
too.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Whoa.
That was terrible. It doesn't work with two people. It just looks
Yeah,
like
you're
we're,
right.
we're both having like a problem.
Looks like we're praising God. Good Friday, everybody.
Hey! Shout out
Praise-
to anybody that
Shout out to the
observes
Christians. Hope you didn't eat any red meat. We're gonna see the Tristana ban again. Let's go.
that. Okay, yeah.
Tristana's Christian.
Maybe. I don't know.
Very Christian champ.
Vi
Anyways,
is not.
Vi. Maybe.
Violent.
Who's to say? Oh, true.
Exactly. Turn the other cheek. You know, but she turns your cheek to hit it again. And that's going to be the
I
first
wouldn't
man.
mind that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And, you know,
Okay,
you
okay,
like
okay.
violence. She's a very cool champion. And to guess, especially, you mentioned Arcane earlier.
She's cute in Arcane.
She's very fun.
She's
very
cool.
energetic champion. And, you know, I would not mind playing her and throwing some attacks out.
Again, and Olaf. We don't want to see that Olaf, says Chaotic Surge. Never show me that Ricky Olaf.
Not a fan of Frozen the movie because they don't like Olaf. Not
I
one bit.
watched Frozen 2. I snuck in a movie.
I
theater,
forgot that was a
Frozen 2.
thing.
I saw a character death, and I was very
Spoilers?
sad. Yeah, spoilers. I don't know who. If you haven't seen Frozen 2 yet, and you care about spoilers, what are you doing? After
They're
the
watching
stream?
a
Go watch
nice
it.
game of League of Legends.
Another
Okay.
lovely game. Of League of Legends.
ACL. Champions? No, I keep
Champions
The Champions League is already
League.
in there. It's the Aegis Champions
Yeah,
League.
Aegis
It's
Champions.
one of the best leagues out there.
Aegis,
Very best.
Wonderful word. We're going to see a Zeri ban. We're going to see a Jax ban, and we're going to see that Jarvan ban.
These are the
That's good.
exact same bans we had in the last game.
But
and
the
that's to be
Jarvan
expected.
ban is
But-
good. It's a good sign for the Saints. They hate going up against that Jarvan, I'm going to say.
Yeah, and that's why they took it out last game as well. They're going to take it out this game. Not too much. They're going to be very different. But the picks,
Will the picks
that's
be
where
different?
things have been different for the last two games. So we're going to
they be
have to
different?
see. They were not very standard first picks for the first couple of games, outside of like the Thresh pick. We're going to start out.
A Zaya. That's what we saw on the leaderboard earlier today.
Okay.
We got to see if they get the Rakan here.
We're going to have to wait and see. Maybe the Saints could even deny it, have the lovers
That'd be
go
weird.
against each
That'd
other.
be weird.
I mean,
But, like,
it's
you
a
could do it if you want to
strategy.
be strange, but
Strange works.
it'd be
my
very
friend.
dramatic here.
Oh, they're gonna go for Lucian. That is the complete opposite of Rakan. That's not a
Zaya,
champion I
yeah.
was thinking of for them to pick out. Didn't see that coming, but I'm very excited to see what they do with it. They're probably gonna put Rock Boom on it. In fact, maybe they put Biscotti on it. Who knows? The game's
it's gonna be
changed.
Rock Boom.
The game's changed a lot since I've last played it. That's probably gonna be Biscotti's pick. I love
I
this
love
champion.
One Piece. I'm kidding.
What do you mean you're kidding? Everybody loves One Piece. But especially this
It's
is not the
different
Nami.
Nami, different Nami.
Yeah, I know, but it's not the Nami we're familiar with. This is an alternate timeline Nami.
If she lived in the ocean.
If she lived in the ocean instead of riding on top of it.
When there's the Rakan.
Oh, there it is.
Lovely Casanova of a guy.
Couldn't agree
Lovely
more.
Birdman.
Look at that smirk. You know, he's very charming, as you can see. This is going to be the second pick. He's so charming that they had to pick him. They had to. They couldn't not. And we're going to head back into the bans here. We're going to see. Oh, no,
no.
sorry.
Whoa.
Oh!
They're right. I'm going to love these picks. I love Viego. I haven't seen him played yet. I love Viego. Oh, my God. Get me started. I know all his lore. He's kind of cringe.
What's
but
cringe?
We love it. What's cringe?
What's cringe about him?
He
I don't know.
is the biggest simp. His wife died, and he wants to destroy the world because his wife is dead. Yeah, I'm a big fanboy for him.
Hey, you know
there's
what?
the Scion.
I like his crown. I'm a sim for him too, dude.
He's got a dope-ass sword.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. And you know who has dope things to swing around as well. We got Scion with his axe. He's got a dope axe he can swing and chop things down.
I got too excited.
Hey man, I couldn't blame you. Viego's in the pool. You like Rakan. You like Zaya.
There's the Ornn band.
We got a fish with a staff. Things are getting crazy in the draft here. The only thing that I would want more is an Udyr pick. That'd be awesome coming up for the Saints. We got Victor, the only champion, not the only champion, but one of 5 champions that have been in every single game we've seen in this series. We're going to get the Fiora as the last ban for the Saints, as well as the Ornn to be the one previous. They don't want to deal with Spurgs, or what was it, Sprug?
Sprug, not Spurgs.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't want to deal with his Ornn in the top lane.
There's a Lilia again. They hated that Lilia, and I love that ban. I hate playing against a Lilia. Every game, I would ban Lilia. We're having a good game here.
They get the Udyr. I think this is going to be a little bit of a, this is a little bit of a feud we're going to have to settle, because they pick my jungler, they pick your jungler. We're going to have to see how they settle things on the Rift.
Jungle diff here, we'll see. And there's Gwen. Oh, I love Gwen too. Gwen is my favorite top.
Are you like the coach for Chaotic Surge? Like, are you telling them what to pick?
Would be. I am wearing red, counter team. Oops. Thanks, Chaotic Surge. Shouts out to your picks. I love them. But
red.
I don't remember her name. Cassiopeia, yeah. I don't see her played a lot when I played a lot.
I think I've probably played against a champion once in my entire life, and that was 6 years ago. Yeah, she's a snake. I think she's not allowed to buy boots, actually. Funnily enough, is that still a thing? I will have to see.
And Oriana is the final pick there for the Saints.
That's gonna be rounding out
the
the
snake
draft.
can't buy, but you can't just put it on the tip of the tail.
No, so like I think you literally cannot purchase boots on her. I think her passive. I think it's her passive is like
okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. It's soccer is like haha snake no get boot.
It's pretty funny in my opinion. I like when games do little details like that. We're gonna head right into the game after that draft. Breakneck pace. We're not gonna have any time to waste here as we get into the final game. Yusuf is so excited. He left before it even started. Probably just a little bit of a DC. He's still in there. Just a little bit of a visual bug, I'm assuming. Happens. It happens. And thankfully, that's going to be the only problem we're going to have to face as the game gets underway. Chaotic Surge wants to make a problem for the Saints, though, as they meet Ricky in the top side. He is alone, so he's forced to retreat.
He's going to have to try and get out of here with his big lumberjack axe.
Yep. Axe indeed. He's going to have to run for his life, but he runs in the wrong way. That's Tuldaru charging in, stunning him up. This seems to be a free kill for Chaotic Surge.
Scion, I think, does get buffs for every time he dies.
He commits Ghost, so he's still in quite a lot of trouble. Yusuf is looking to do the poisonous spit that's going to seal the deal. He's forced to get his level 1 in his W. Flashes and gets the kill, so that's one summoner's committed by Ricky in the Ghost.
He's not down yet for the count. He's going to try and go.
Couple of punches going to land.
A couple punches in.
Maybe one. Yeah.
There's one. Gotta get one in.
One punch. Top side, we have Maddie's legendary Udyr. I'm a huge fan of watching. I am a trailblazer. I remember I would always pick Ghost on Udyr. One, my teammates would flame me for picking Udyr because he wasn't that strong in the past. And I would pick Ghost. Everybody hated me. But now, we got Maddie picking the Ghost Smite Udyr, starting with Tiger Stance, or whatever it's called now. I don't know what it's called these days. But that's what I used to do. People used to flame me for it. It seems to be the new standard. You guys are welcome for the meta. In the top side, we have Sprug doing some chopping against Ricky. There we go. In the middle lane, Akashi versus Yusuf. It's going to be a battle for the ages, and Tuldaru launching up Biscotti. Not going to be quite the engagement that they're looking for, but nonetheless, they are going to get some damage off here. The bushes are going to conceal them just a little bit, allow them to play a little bit more safely, and things are looking all well on the Rift. Everything is kind of, after that first blood skirmish in the top side, things are calming down quite a bit, and now the players are finally going to have some time to think about their next actions.
Sprug's diving in there, going to get the snip off.
Snip.
Dodge that axe, but
snip.
Ricky able to just trade blow for blow there. He's He's got slow attacks, but they do hit like a truck there.
Indeed, Sion is quite the embodiment of a truck. More like a train. He does have a skin when he turns into a train. I like that. Oh, Biscotti, he's going to escape the charge coming out.
But
Dumpa
Dumpa
is here. This is your
W.
man. Rock Boom taking quite the front of damage, but not enough. Maddie is going to be here for the retaliation. Turns into the Phoenix, charges him down, throws out the Storm Turtle Stance. No Bear Stance, not going to have a stun to retaliate. But
he's going to turn into Udyr here, and he might be able to turn it around. Now both our characters are combined.
Wow, that is poetic. I think I'm completely satisfied with my life at this point. It can't get better than this. We get both of our
have to
favorites.
recall here and leave it to bot defend for themselves. But Sprog already pushing Ricky under tower, going to get the kill, but he needs to dive out. He's going to die to tower.
Nope, it's fine. He's going to get some CS out of that, actually. It's going to be quite a little bit of even. But Rock Boom is not going to be liking this offense coming out from
Got ignited as well.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of aggression down here. They don't want him to snowball like he did in the last game.
Yeah, we got the Xayah and Rakan combo here. Able to do a lot. Both champs at their full functionality. One without the other. They need each other to hit their peaks.
You're very poetic today. Very nice. Well, very well said here. Rock Boom is going to survive the onslaught.
Wonder we'll see the duo recall here.
Probably.
Oh, they're
Looks like they were looking
waiting
for
for a
it.
push here. Oh, the feathers are going to come out.
Rock Boom.
Xayah can recall those feathers
Oh,
like that.
the
and get a
feathers!
kill.
That was excellently played by Verticality, faking him out,
Oh,
thinking that he
Dumpa
was in danger. But
Chasing down Maddie here.
Maddie, again, no stun stance. I think it's called the board now.
Oh, no.
Phoenix is active. This
Might be able to get him.
could be it.
With a
Biscotti,
flash.
the
But-
heal coming
the
out.
shield.
Whew. The shield plus the heal, guaranteeing he survives, gets out of this exchange. Ricky back into the top lane. Things are normal, but their bottom side is anything but normal right now as Yusuf goes down. No, he's still alive. Akashi, I spoke too soon. He's not going to steal the kill, but he is going to be able to return to the mid lane on his Orianna. Yusuf is going to be forced to retreat, though, back to his base to heal up from the punishment he took. Because Xayah and Rakan both recalling as well. Not going to be recalling together,
Right
though.
into the Scion.
Ooh, he's pretty low here. Oh, Yusuf actually did not retreat as Viego makes his way into the middle lane for a brief gank. Akashi is really low, and he also has no mana, so he is going to have to run for his life and hope that
Sprog
they
is
don't
so
kill it.
low here. Looks like
Sprog.
Ricky going to get one last hit, but unable to secure the kill. Double
Yep.
up, trying to get the W. That W stuns and sets you up for a nice little... Every ability that Viego has sets him up for a lifesteal hit that does extra damage.
Uh-oh.
Through the wall, he gets the Q, or the W.
Akashi.
Able to stop that recall. Akashi has to run away from the rocks there.
He's a little greedy there. He
the
didn't want to go
tower.
home just yet. He wanted to steal a little bit of something before he did, and it's not going to work out in his favor, but Maddie is going to be here. The Guardian, the Spirit Guardian, protects his mid laner. Bottom lane, however, he wishes he had the Spirit Guardian with him as Biscotti takes the full force of the feathers on his back. Things, again, sizzling a bit, but settling down once again. Looking at the state of the game, who do you think is going to have the advantage going on into the mid game?
Well, just looking at the kills and the money, it is looking like Chaotic Surge here has the advantage, but it can all get turned around.
Rock Boom wants to be the one to do it, but he's not
yeah.
going to be the fated one to turn this game into their favor.
Biscotti unable to escape here.
Yep.
That's another kill. And
Ignite, though.
whoever gets dragged here, I think, really
no.
defines... Yep, he's going to live. Really defines how the rest of this game is going to go.
Yep.
Sprug just at the top, dancing around the Ricky, but Ricky still able to get the hits in.
What might be a little bit easy to oversee here is the fact that Maddie hasn't been too actively playing on the map, and that actually is kind of a good thing. He is mostly just farming up here, but Sprug might be trying to farm up Ricky as he moves his way under the tower, gets the semi-charged up Q. Nobody's going to be here to help him, but he casts the ultimate, misses. He does chip him a little bit with the early cancel. Another Q, now they're about even, but remember, Ricky gets a second chance at life and a second chance
with
to
the tower
get death.
shot there.
Ooh, he popped the shield perfectly timed. Ricky charges up the Q, but Gwen is gonna have to force him out.
Yep.
But Maddie is coming out of the bush, and the rage of the Spirit Guardian is going to be known, and he gets the kill, cleans it up, takes him down. That's going to be the second kill for the Saints this game.
Dumpa gonna get the blue buff there, and now we are back to bottom here with Verticality, laying down the feathers, laying down the traps, getting the farm off. It's a little slow, but you know, you just gotta, as ADC, you don't wanna stretch out too far. Just try and get as many kills and farm as you can.
And I was mentioning before with Maddie, it's more important things to attend to as Tolderu tries to get a cheeky kill here. They're not going to disengage just yet. Saints are going to have to back off with Viego coming up the backside.
I think they're going to try and go for a collapse and then for drag here.
This is exactly what it seems like they're going to go for.
They don't know where he is in that mist.
Viego charges onto Biscotti. Rockboom's not going to be in the midst of everything. He is going to be able to get out scot-free, but you never like to lose.
He might be able to set them up.
Oh,
good kill here.
Got hit by the bubble there. They're going to charge. He has to flash out of the way. Tolderu, it could actually go down here, but not quite. They're not going to have the damage necessary. Rockboom's still going to be able to stay alive here, but again, losing your Biscotti is never very nice. Maddie is leading quite a bit over Dumpa in terms of experience and gold, which again is what I was mentioning. Udyr can play very, very flexibly the way he wants to play around the map. He's opting to play a little bit more conservatively, farm up, get a little bit more gold, get a little bit more experience before he tries to make plays around the map. Because when you have a advantaged Udyr charging you down in the mid game, it is a lot scarier than, you know, just a relatively even on par with your jungler, Udyr. It's a completely different story.
Yeah, I will have to say, when I play Viego, Udyr is the one champ I don't want to go up against. Udyr is very strong. Very tough to play against.
You have to know where you want to be playing on the map at all times in order to play him effectively, and Tolderu knows exactly where he wants to be, and that's underneath Biscotti, launching him into the air. The feathers are not going to connect. Tolderu, Hourglass, he's going to clean up the kill as he comes out of his stasis.
Biscotti better watch where he steps.
Yep, feathers are there. Maddie is here, though, charging in. Ricky does not get exactly the charge he wanted, but he is able to cut down Dumpa. Sprug is going to be next to fall. The shielding that Maddie is wearing around him, protected by the Turtle God. He is going to get out of this scot-free. Verticality was able to get the kill on Biscotti in the bottom side during that exchange. Maddie turning his attention to the top tower, middle tower, sorry. TP is going to be coming in. They dropped the Herald, but they are not going to be able to support the push as much as they want. It's going to get off at least one charge, but a second might not be in the cards as they take the kill immediately. Wow, such these rapid plays coming out from both teams, the way they're playing around the map. It's incredible, the pacing that they're taking this time.
Yeah, Saints are up money here, but Chaotic Surge still up kills and still up Dragon.
Saints might want to consider turning their aggressive mode on here, and they might be able to do so now that Maddie's a lot more comfortable as a... okay.
Tolderu, a little bit of technical difficulties, I'm assuming. I'm assuming he didn't just rage quit there.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah, technical difficulties happens all the
Internet
time.
probably just went out,
Yeah.
or it's a little trip request to plug.
Maybe
but
a cat
very
unplugs the
interesting
computer.
Yeah,
You know.
probably a cat. But a very interesting game on our hands here.
I'm really liking the way things are looking for both teams here. The state of the game is relatively even, and we're getting word that somebody's PC has to reboot. That is why we're having a technical pause. Hopefully they have an SSD built in, so the wait won't have to be too long. But in the meantime, couldn't think of anything better than talking about the state of the game with my buddy here. So, okay.
If you're throwing it to me, I love Viego, but he is not
Very powerful
the
statement.
best. He's really good at like level 1, but then level 2, 3, 4, 5,
he sucks.
He doesn't suck. He's just not at full power.
So he's
but then
good at level 1.
He's closer to the end of the game, to like later mid game.
Yeah.
He turns on and he's fantastic in my opinion.
I see.
He is a joy to play, and he's a great turnaround champ too. If the Saints do pick up and start getting more and more CS and items and better built, champs, he takes that champ. If you can get the kill on that built champ, you now have that built champ for a good like 5 to like 7 to 8 seconds, and that also resets your ult. So once he can get his ult off, his R is a big AoE slam, and if he gets a kill, can turn into someone, regain health, do another slam.
I
So
see.
Viego is a very big force to be reckoned with once he gets that ult up. But in between beginning of the game and that ult, he's a bit of a squishy champ and not able to get
That's what
for
I've
those
been noticing
kills.
in those exchanges that they're going through. Viego does go down, or at least gets forced out of them relatively easily. With your bronze expert
Yeah.
analysis of the champions.
Yeah.
Conversely, Udyr, I think the way that Maddie's been playing him, like I said, you have a lot of choice in how you want to take your game. You can either be super aggressive in the earlier state where you pick up the bear stance. Forgive me, I know they reworked it. It's not bear or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are anymore. But you get the bear stance earlier, so you can actually make ganks. You get like either your tiger stance or your phoenix stance, so you can farm. Level 2, you get turtle. Level 3, you get either tiger, or if you want to continue farming, that's when you double down into either getting another level in your phoenix, another level in your tiger. But if you want to play actively, that's when you go for the bear. Maddie chose to go for the double up level into, I'm assuming, tiger stance. That seems to be the stance he's primarily focusing on this game. So he's not going to be too active on the map, or at least he wasn't. But now that he's a little bit more farmed up, I think he's level 7 now, actually. He was able to turn things around. He's starting to play a lot more actively. So I think this game really will come down to that Maddie factor, how he is able to play around the map as Saints are playing off of the back foot. I'm excited to see how they take things, but before we get to see how they do that, we're going to throw things to a quick break as everybody gets back into the game.
See you
Stay
soon.
tuned.
And we are back in it in Game 3, Chaotic Surge versus St. Clair Saints. We are seeing Udyr gracefully recall back to base here.
We're back in the action. We had quite an intellectual debate about how we think the state of the game is going to go. And to recap for everybody who missed the intellectual high-tier discussion that went down, more or less, I think that this game is going to really get activated for the Saints in the coming minutes, thanks to Maddie taking the initiative after he has kind of took the time to farm up. He has quite the advantage over the people he'll be ganking. So I think he's going to want to start playing around the map more. And do you think that Viego...
Maybe late game.
Late game is going to be quite the force to be reckoned with, but he's going to have to survive.
I think now, actually, now. I believe now. He's turned on now. He's got his ult. He's got a few items in the bank.
I see.
He could be doing some crazy stuff if he plays his cards right.
So in the first game, it started out really slow. Kills only came by the junglers. In the second game, we started with a double kill. In the third game, I think it's a good mix of the two, where the junglers are playing a big role, but the laners themselves are also doing a lot of work to get the initiative to get these kills, to get these engagements started up. But here, I think this is really where the direction that the game is going to go is going to kind of start from the next couple of plays. We're 12 minutes in. Kills are not very even, about 3 gap, but the net worth is dead even, as the exact mode I'm saying this, but I'm sure it's going to make a gap now. Hey, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
But Rock Boom is going to try to make a gap between the health bars between him and the other bottom laners with that barrage coming out.
Hurt them a little bit, but Dumpa just waiting back there, waiting for a push.
With his sword.
Trying to clear any wards.
It's
The
iconic
Blade of
sword.
the Ruined King.
I like that. I like Ruined King, you know, like Fallen King stories. Kind of like the Lich King. I think he seems reminiscent of that. It's classic stories like that. So I'm a little bit of a fan of Viego, but Udyr still massive, huge, way cooler. And Orianna, everybody's favorite, Akashi in the middle lane, doing his work, just again keeping his head down. It's like doing your homework, just farming, doing what he needs to do to find success in this game. He is going to be 1 level underneath his opponent. Looks like top side we're going to get a little bit of engagement as Sion tries to take the blue buff. No, he sees that is occupied. He walks up
He sees
respectfully.
Viego was farming that.
He's like, oh, my mistake.
Good heavens, what have I walked into?
You know, the bathroom stall door
Yeah,
wasn't
oh my
closed
God.
there. And you just, and just walked away.
Looks like there's an engagement top here. Gonna ignore what was happening there in that jungle. And Dumpa gonna try and come up and protect that tower there. Gonna get the poke off with the Q.
And here we go. Oh, looks like I said, Maddie is now playing actively with the team. He is going to be following Biscetti, see if they can find an engagement. And I think they're going to be able to wrap around on the Rakan. Tool Duru might be getting caught out here. They're in between the towers. They're not exactly in a safe spot, but I think they actually want to take this engagement perhaps. They do have the Cassiopeia not far behind, while Akashi is too far behind to make any meaningful impact here. Cassiopeia seems to be going mid as well. They're changing their mind on this engagement. Ricky is changing his mind top as well. Not want to get cut up by...
Looks like Saints are gonna try and go for drag here. Grouping up, starting the engagement now. But Akashi coming down from mid, and Dumpa gonna throw out that Black Mist and try and sneak in there and get them to push off a drag. They don't want to get caught in that. A big wave by Nami.
Oh, Yusuf is going to go down to Maddie's claws. Verticality, throwing out the feathers, taking down Biscetti. Dumpa is so low. The dragon is still up. I believe they didn't kill it in time, but he's so low. You do not want to lose your jungler while you're trying to take on objective. Dumpa has to eat those slimy fruits off of the river floor. The Saints are going to go back into the mid lane. I'm not exactly sure what their goal here is. They're not going to be able to contest the dragon. We get a couple of recalls going out. They acquiesce and let Chaotic Surge take it for the first objective.
That is the second Dragon Chaotic Surge has gotten this match.
Oh,
so
second again.
yeah, it's the
I didn't
second
notice
drag.
first.
Yeah, so they are up quite a lot. They still have the 3-kill lead. The Saints are curiously up in gold here, and they did get Rift, but it's looking more in Chaotic Surge's favor, in my opinion.
That play there in the bottom side, like I said, the direction that this game is going to take is going to depend very heavily, I believe, on the next couple of plays. And that being the very first of them, kind of set the tone a little bit more in favor of the Saints, at least to alleviate some of the pressure that they were facing. They were able to take down Yusuf relatively easily, and that kind of lets them know how they can go about playing the game in the
Big
future.
surprise from Ricky here on.
Yeah, he might take down verticality, but not without resistance as Tooldaru comes to protect his companion here. Ricky turning around, Dumpa following, but Maddie is not too far behind. Turning on the Phoenix, charging down. Ricky is going to get body blocked by Tooldaru. He takes the bullet, so to speak. Ricky LaFleur charging down, going to take a tower shot. He might be going down, but Oriana going to clean up the kill. Akashi so deadly on these cleanups, and they're going to back off from here. Taking a couple tower shots. Akashi actually is in a little bit of trouble, throwing out some damage as he retreats. Maddie turning around to lend a supporting hand here, but he does not want to. Yeah, he wants the Rift Herald.
Yeah, he wants the Rift Herald. Yep. Gonna get that Rift Herald. They could do a lot with this Rift Herald here. They already took a tower. They could keep focusing top where they could put more pressure mid here. But looks like Gwen is trying to take tower bot right now.
Oh yeah, putting the pressure on it. Cassiopeia now. That's gonna be Yusuf in the top side. Sprug taking out the bottom tower, I believe. No, it's not the first tower that's going to go down. Mid tower is also down for the Saints, but that's going to be the first tower for Chaotic Surge.
Yeah.
Akashi sees Yusuf approaching, retaliates. Maddie is going to be nearly guaranteed to get the kill here, but Akashi might go down, but the TP is coming out.
And Dumpa's on his way.
Gets the kill down. Akashi's really low. Maddie's going to be acting as a little bit of a wall here. You want to get to him, you got to get through me first. A wave coming out. It's not going to connect. Biscotti, he's, trying to help where he can. Not going to be too much of a help there, though. Rock Boom's barrage. Gonna force Tooldaru to retreat a little bit, cleaning up the wards in the middle lane. Dumpo. Things are, again, settling a little bit, but again, the Saints are slowly but surely creeping back into the game. Another kill onto the mid laner. This champion's supposed to be helping your team steamroll into the middle to late game, but Yusuf himself is getting steamrolled quite a bit, whereas before, Yusuf had a level advantage over Akashi. Akashi now has a level advantage over him. So, where this game is going to go, Matthias, you tell me.
The kills are getting even here, but the gold diff is huge and the tower diff is huge. They do have drags, but it's not going to count for much if you don't have the wherewithal to use that extra ball, power, the buffs.
Yeah, they don't have the agency quite yet to be able to confidently walk down into a lane with these buffs. You can put whipped cream on a rock, but you can't eat a rock. You put whipped cream on something delicious you can eat. And right now, they're a little too crunchy, a little too hard to chew. Chaotic Surge needs to soften up a little bit to be more palatable for these draconic buffs. I almost said dragonic. Ooh, the nerd inside of me almost threw up there. Oh my god, draconic. That's the proper term.
Are already playing like a tactical team here, grouping up, trying to engage for team fights, trying to pick off any stragglers like verticality here. They can pick him off, but he's with his wonderful Rakan.
In the bushes there.
Not totally alone.
Maddie spots him out. Level 11! Maddie, again, going for the more farming, taxing waves instead of ganking. I love that playstyle. He is a force to be reckoned with. One level underneath his mid laner and one level above his ADC. Same thing for Dumpa, but a 20-minute game. 11 level Udyr is not as scary as Viego, but Biscotti doesn't know anything scarier than Dumpo and Tooldaru chasing him down. Ricky is going to charge in, however, gets a full charge onto Tooldaru. Maddie charging in with the Storm of the Phoenix. Tooldaru goes down. Rockboom on the sidelines. Dumpa is going to do his best to chase him down, but he's going to miss. Maddie whittling down Sprug with the Tiger stance. Phoenix up, so versatile, mixing between the stances. They are actually going to get an ace for their troubles here. Slowly but surely, one after one, all those kills culminated in all of them going down. Didn't feel like it because it just felt so methodical, so slow.
Just picking them off one by one, tactically. Very, very good teamwork all around. Good spacing, and that's securing them their first drag. It's a very good dragon to have.
Very happy
red
to have
fire dragon.
And the red Udyr are going to be recalling, embracing the fire he just claimed in that beautiful Phoenix stance. Well done on the animation team. Shoutouts to Riot, making such a good skin for such a good champion. Well done, guys. Well done. We got Rakan here in the top side, walking through Baron, just getting some vision up. dropping some wards, walking into the Saints jungle here. A little bit of a risky play, but it does work out for him. He's not going to get caught out. Maddie wasn't there at that moment in time, but he is here now. I don't know if you spotted him walking into that bush, but he is going to. Never mind. He just walked away at the last possible second. Quite the twist of fate. Oh, that's a champion name, isn't it?
Yeah, Twisted Fate, yeah.
Just remembered he existed too. Maddie.
They're putting down Rift Herald here.
They want the tower.
Looking for a big push here mid.
Now keep in mind, the champions that are bottom side both have teleports as the mid tower goes down.
For a second slam here.
They're not here just yet, but they can be at any point in time. We get the Rift Heralds for the second charge. Not going to be able to get the third, I don't think, but he's not going to need to.
Take the tower down.
Exactly. Still bottom side. We have Ricky, we have Yusuf, but it seems Yusuf's making his way in as Toldaru charges onto the back line, launches up two. Biscotti goes down instantaneously. To Dumpa. We got Sprug running around the backside. Yusuf throwing out the poison clouds, but he does not care. Maddie charges him down, stuns him up, and that gives him perfect room for Ricky to take him down. Yusuf goes down way too quickly. Rockboom is still up, able to dish out the damage, and so is Akashi. They don't have a lot of damage left on the side of Chaotic Surge. They have verticality, but not for very long. He goes intangible, but he comes back to an axe waiting for him, chopping him down. Toldaru is the last man standing. We're looking at a second ace. A second ace, Matthias, 21 minutes into the game.
Just manages to barely get out there under that turret. Wow, what an escape.
Close. Very close indeed. But he might as well be dead there. Being able to get two back-to-back pseudo aces, one actual ace, one honorary ace. The Saints, like I said, off of the back of that did I not say that very first play, put things slightly in their advantage, the second one putting even slightly more in disadvantage, and now it is undeniable. The Saints have the total upper hand in this game as we're slowly approaching the 25-minute mark. It's gonna be up to Chaotic Surge's carries, Chaotic Surge's supports, Chaotic Surge's entire team to turn this game around as they find a way to reconsider their strategy, change their approach, and figure out a way to steal this game. Maddie is going to be charging down.
No.
Rock Plant, Boom is going to charge. Ricky is going to stun him up, and Akashi's going to yoink the kill. I mean, not necessarily yoink. They wanted the kill.
Yeah,
Course,
yeah.
right?
Yusuf was just on his own there top. A very unfortunate position to be when the Saints were just prowling all together looking for those kills. And now they have started Baron here, and Dumpa probably going to go in the back and going to try and flash on there. Try and get the steal, but with Ricky chasing him down there, it might not be a successful steal. Akashi going back there, huge team fight. Wave
the
coming
wave! Toldaru is so close to getting Akashi stunned, but he's not going to be there in enough time with enough force. He's going to go down right next to his feet, and they are going to be hitting the Baron as
wants to try and
Gwen takes the bottom tower. Ricky is going to be here as a defensive wall. All champions are up for the Saints, at least for now. Rockboom's so close to going down. He flashes out of the pit. Dumpa flashing into Biscotti. He wants to kill. He gets it. Yusuf is back, and he's back for blood. He wants to make the statement that I am not to be trifled with. You guys can gank me all you want, but when I'm here, when I'm ready, when I can fight, I am a force to be reckoned with. Rockboom is way too low to consider a fight here, but Ricky is making really good forces, really good attempts to make the same for Sprug as he gets the kill on the bottom inhibitor. The smite goes out, and that's going to be Viego stealing the Baron.
Stole it. Wow.
Stole the Baron with the smite
And
here.
he's going for Rockboom. He's on the prowl here, but
Changes
Rockboom's
his
just going to be able to get out of there. That's what Viego is great at, though. Just stalking the field, stalking in the shadows, and peeking out at the right moment to steal those greatly needed objectives. And now they prevented a huge push from the Saints here. And the Saints, while they are in a very advantageous position, getting that Baron would have secured them the game.
They are not invulnerable, but they are still going to be having the advantage after that play on the top side. Again, Chaotic Surge is going to take things a bit closer to their side as they were able to prevent the Baron, and in fact, they were able to take it for themselves as well as netting themselves some juicy kills, but still looking this game down objectively, the Saints are going to be quite advantaged. The 5k gold difference is going to be a little bit tighter than the previous gold gap we saw before, but the 10 kill difference is not going to be a pretty sight to see.
Double Fire Dragons.
Double Fire Dragon is the name of the game here. Aggression is what the Saints want, and aggression is what they're going to get with the wave coming up from Biscetti, knocking up to Yusuf. Is going to be able to get out, though. Topside Sprug is going to be skirmishing with Ricky. Not going to be able to get anything too crazy here. Maddie leading the charge with the turtle shell. We have Viego topside making the recall, getting back home, but verticality goes down to the slow chipping from the Saints. They just do enough damage from far enough away that they are able to cinch out the kill on the ADC, and he's gonna be gone for 35 seconds as the Saints get pot shots on the inhibitor, and there's gonna be enough pot shots in there to knock it down. That's gonna be the Saints rolling out of the middle lane after getting the inhibitor.
As they retreat back in the jungle, they have to rethink their gameplay and rethink about what they are going to do to finally put the nail in the coffin for Chaotic Surge here.
Yep, and like you said, they are going to have to rethink, but I think that they aren't actually going to do anything very different here. They're going to just keep throwing their heads at the towers of Chaotic Surge. You think that the Saints just got Baron. Maybe they think they did, but because this is what you would do if you took Baron. But again, Chaotic Surge was the one that got that, but they're still losing their champions to, you know, not too committal acts from the Saints. They were able to pick up verticality basically for free in the middle lane, but he is back now. Saints are all going to back out from the bush, but if they can smell this coming here, they might be able to prevent it. They don't, though, and they get out without a hitch.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Chaotic Surge here. Look at that gold. Oh my goodness.
Not nice.
Look at those bounties as well. Such huge bounties on almost every single one of the Saints, except for the support, but that's what you're expect to see, not the support getting all the kills.
To be fair, though, looking at the gold difference between the ADCs is not going to be that big. Same thing with the mid laners, about a 1k gold difference respectively for both sides. A lot of the gold difference is actually coming out from the top laners and the junglers, but it is still relatively small. It's not a huge gold difference, like the difference in a gold difference between like 5k besides the ADCs. Difference of 5k between the ADCs, sorry. A little sleepy here already. Pardon me.
It's a long day.
But it's going to be a longer day for Tildaru as he has to charge out into the river, get his shoes wet as he runs for his life. That is not going to be a very pleasant experience for him. He's going to remember that. He's going to remember it as he comes back for blood, comes back for vengeance against the Saints. And Maddie going to clear up a ward. Reiki is going to be so far ahead of his team, standing in the furthest bush towards the base of Chaotic Surge. Maddie is going to do basically what Ricky's doing as well, standing very close to any entrances that they could possibly have, but he charges through, he misses it as he leaps into the air and gets into the safety of the tower. Ricky has no choice but to retreat here. With the shield, it's going to be a little bit more palatable for him. They are going to get the tower after cutting off Chaotic Surge and forcing them to make the choice between their lives or their tower, and they chose their lives. So again, 5k gold difference between the teams, but they're all relatively spread out among all the champions. It's not a 5k gold difference between your ADCs. That would be absolutely devastating. It's more like a 1k gold difference between every champion in the game. So it's not going to be devastating. It's not going to be too hard to recover from, but it is still going to be a pain point nonetheless. Now we actually see Viego's out-leveling Maddie by 1 level. Probably not for long, but Ricky is going to be 2 above Scrug. That is going to be quite significant as the team fights become more and more frequent. You want to have your top laners not going to be able to have that time to farm as much to, you know, recover that gap, but you do definitely need your top laner to be, you know, ready for battle at any point in time. Being underleveled is a little bit scary, but other than that, things are relatively evened out for most champions on most teams. So this, like I said, Saints definitely have the advantage here, but it's still relatively anybody's game.
Yeah, Dumpa looking just for any stragglers here. It looks like they're trying to go for a little bit of a sandwich here, but Rock Boom, it will take out any person that is not with the team here. And this looks like they...
the double wave.
And big wave there. And
wow, we
Akashi's gonna
actually
get
see Yusuf taking down Akashi, but that's not going to be too scary for the Saints as they take out Verticality and Tildaru in the middle lane, set their sights on nothing, because the inhibitor's already dead, actually. They're just awkwardly walking out.
The thing they have their sights on next is those 2 turrets right before the Nexus here. So they're probably going to wait for drag here, or they're gonna wait for Baron as well.
Baron is actually going to be spawning in 5. Dragon's going to be up in 6. They're probably going to be able to get both relatively uncontested.
And another Fire Dragon. Their damage is going to be through the roof after this 3rd Fire Dragon in a row.
It's a little unknown cheat you can do, but if you're playing Udyr, if you level up your Phoenix stance more than any of your other stances, you are able to guarantee Fire Dragons. But it looks like Chaotic Surge is actually going to be able to steal the Baron right from underneath the Saint's noses, but Ricky is angry. He makes that known as he charges in. He gets the kill on Tuldaru right away. Maddie running into the middle of the fight, dealing so much damage as Rock Boom lets out a barrage against Yusuf, and that barrage is going to guarantee the death. Dumpa is running into the tree line. He is going to get away, as well as they forced Chaotic Surge to scatter. Verticality, you thought you were going to get out. No, my friend, they spot you in the bush, and he almost took down Rock Boom as he left, but he gets sent home early. Rock Boom actually going to get a huge shield. He's going to be able to take out the Wolves as he goes into the middle lane. They are 3 champions down on the side of Chaotic Surge after just taking Baron, but the Fire Dragon, the triple Fire Dragon coming out from St. Clair College, an immense amount of damage. Basketti gets a perfectly placed bubble on Tuldaru as he goes, and he's not going to be able to do anything here. Dumpa is so close. He gets Akashi so quickly. Rock Boom has to take him out, and he takes him out very efficiently as he was transformed into his former ally. That could have been absolutely devastating if Dumpa was able to take that any further. Rock Boom says absolutely not.
Very, very close.
That was very scary.
If Viego gets an R off, he can get a chain of R off, and he can end up wiping the entire team. But with Rock Boom being so built up and so strong there,
I don't know how he did that.
And it looks like Sprug got a very good push into their Nexus while that fight was going on, able to take out an inhibitor there, making good use of that Baron buff.
I don't know how Rock did that.
I don't know how they're surviving here. I'm very impressed with Dumpa able to steal the Baron twice in a row there.
They recognized it immediately. They know the Baron was up, and they're just, we have to make a choice here. Saints are probably going to the Dragon since they retreated through the bottom side, so they immediately went up to the Baron, but that Baron didn't have much of an effect. They evade the wave, however, as the tower goes down. Gwen is charging them down. Tuldaru almost goes down as well. Rock Boom almost falls. So many close calls, but none hit the target. They're all gonna have to walk away from this, shaking their heads, thinking about what they can do next. But again, Chaotic Surge doing such an excellent job playing with the resources available to them, and the Saints are doing such an excellent job of depriving them of resources. It really is, again, I'm going to reuse my lines here. It is like an unstoppable force being an immovable object, Chaotic Force being the latter here. It is quite the impressive game to watch, and I'm really curious to see how they take things next.
Yeah, it is a very interesting game on our hands. Even though the Saints have such a big lead on kills, they are managing to struggle on and keep fighting the good fight.
Struggle on, struggler.
Good Berserk reference there.
You're welcome. I only finished the Golden Age. I didn't get too far beyond that.
You gotta keep going. Fantasia. Okay, the arc after Golden Age, not very good. Fantasia arc, Lost Children arc isn't very good.
Oh, but my favorite arc is Ricky solo holding the middle tower as Maddie comes in with the burst plant. Does he want to go in? Does he see Dumpa right next to him? He doesn't. He goes over the wall and he charges them down. This looks like it could be quite the explosive fight. If Chaotic Surge recognize here, the Saints are slightly scattered, but it's a little too late as they recover their forces. Rock Boom is pretty far away here. He makes his way now, though. All members are here and accounted for. Ricky is only missing a little bit of his HP. That's going to be recovered, though, from Basketti as he walks down fearlessly. Verticality is looking like he's in trouble, but Akashi might be sucking in Yusuf, but the Hourglass is not going to be too effective as he chops him down. The wave connects onto Scrug. Verticality is on the backside doing so much damage, but Maddie finds him. He's not going to be able. He lands the stun. Verticality is probably going to go down here. No, he takes him out. Verticality is going to walk into this alive, but Dumpa is not going to be so lucky as Rockman takes him out on the other side of the map. Ricky charging down. They want to get this kill. They're so close. They just need one more chop from Ricky. Slows him down. Another punch and a shout. He says, die! And he listens as Rock Boom makes his way to the middle towers. Now we're going to have to see if Rock Boom
One
has what it
super
takes.
minion and one little minion.
Can he do it?
Is that enough?
He is enough, Matthias. I'm telling you, it is enough. If you look at the damage that Rock Boom is putting out here, it is unstoppable with the next champion for Chaotic Surge spawning in 3 seconds. Now in 9, Tool Daru is the only thing they have standing. The charm, the launch, making as much time as possible. 2 seconds until Yusuf is here. They get the ace. Yusuf is here though, but Ricky stopping him from having any effect. They get the Nexus in a last second push for the base. Coming off of an excellent ace, they take the game in a blitzkrieg fashion, rushing it down and ending it quickly.
That was an explosive finish to a very
Like I
long
said.
game. That was a great game. Great fight by Chaotic Surge there. They fought the good fight. They put in the hours. Dumpa got the double steal on the Baron there. They did everything they could to try and stay in the game for as long as they could. But the Saints were just consistently aggressive on all fronts, able to sweep the rest of the game there.
Those were the closest games I have seen our team play in this league and even in others recently. That was one hell of a match. Chaotic Surge, like you said, playing excellently. That was exciting through and through. As the games got closer, got further, came back closer together until there's an explosive fight in the end. They perfectly composed it. This was probably my favorite arc of the Saints battle through the Aegis Champions League, and we get to close it out with some of our favorite champions being in the game as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
Be
That was
better.
just a nice little nod to us. They probably knew we were casting.
Yeah.
They know us. Great choices all around.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things about that series was just seeing how the mentality and seeing the psychological shift once everybody kind of recognized that this fight could be the last, as we would often observe as well. Like this is probably going to be the last fight here. Seeing that shift and seeing how they execute things so cleanly, so precisely on both sides, even if it doesn't go their way, they still do their best to make sure that they go down fighting. And I admire that a lot.
Yeah, it's a great message to end the night here. Don't give up the fight. Fight to the end.
Struggle on.
Struggle on. And that is going to be it from us here. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us. That was Aegis Champions
Champions
League.
League. Yep.
St. Clair versus Chaotic Surge. And thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you again soon.
Have a great night.